Good evening, everyone. This was inspired. This is not a stream, but this is a recording, basically. But this was inspired by a series of live streams that Soundcheck made on, or videos on fan-made Disney are for DVD ideas. So I figured I'm going to be doing the same thing, except I'm going to be doing fan-made Columbia TriStar are for DVD ideas. Reason why is because Sony Wonder became part of Sony Pictures Home Entertainment in 2007. So that's why I call Sony Wonder part of the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment categories. So, let's get started, shall we? And, let's see. I'm only going to be talking about fan-made Columbia TriStar R for DVD ideas for Sony One for the R for DVDs from Sony Wonder. The Hour Time releases will not be included, but all right, here we go. Arthur's Great Summer. If Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment put this out on DVD instead of Sony Wonder, I'd have the release date still be the same, June 11th, 2002. But for one thing, I'm going to keep the front cover the same. The spine will basically be updated to include the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo to remove the Sony Wonder and Random House Home Video logos on the spine. And the back would basically replace the Random House Home Video and Sony Wonder logos with the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo shown on the far bottom right, which is usually placed on other Columbia TriStar DVD releases at the time period. Anyway, the art for episodes for the Columbia TriStar version will basically be the same as the Sony Wonder version. They will be the Season 1 episode, Arthur Goes to Camp, the Season 5 episode, The Sure Thing, and the Season 2 episode, The Short Quick Summer. It'll still have the sponsors on the back with Juicy Juice, Post Alphabets, and Lego, except after the Arthur episodes finish, the DVD will not be over just yet because the Columbia TriStar, the fan-made Columbia TriStar DVD release of Arthur's Great Summer, and most of the other Arthur Columbia TriStar releases will actually contain a bonus Dragon Tales episode right after the main program is over. So, for the Dragon Tales episodes that I would pick for Arthur's Great Summer after the main program, the Dragon Tales episodes I would choose are the Season 1 episodes, Emmy's Dream House and Dragon Sails. Makes sense because Emmy and Max are trying to set up a picnic, and all the dragons are trying to set up for a picnic before the icky, sticky goo cloud covers Dragonland. And as for Dragon Sails, Orr goes sailing on his boat. So sailing can happen in the summer as well. Here's the disc. Now, for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Great Summer, it'll basically open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, obviously with the tolling bells in the music. DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning, and attention screens. Then, the Arthur title sequence has the water splashing noises on this DVD of Arthur's Great Summer. This will also be intact for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Great Summer. And the start of Arthur Goes to Camp. Now, the closing to the Columbia TriStar release will have the last few seconds of The Short Quick Summer, Arthur Online and Local Library promo from Season 6 to 7, from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 2, with a Bridge Sinar logo and WGBH logo without the word Boston. The Kideo promo, even though Sony Wonder releases kept using the Kideo promo as late as 2006, Columbia TriStar releases will take out the Kideo promo beginning in 2004. So this will be different. After the Kideo promo for the Columbia TriStar release of Harvest Great Summer, we'll basically get the funding credits with Libby's Juicy Juice being the first sponsor, then Post Alphabets, make the words that let you share your feelings, of course, and then Lego. Then, for the Columbia TriStar release, after those sponsors, we will still get the Season 6 funding of ARFR with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background using grants from Ready to Learn Television Cooperative Agreement, U.S. Department of Education, Public Broadcasting Service, and public television viewers, or viewers like you. And then, much like the Sony Wonder release, the ARFR portion will not have the PBS Kids ident in the ARFR portion for the Columbia TriStar release. But after the Season 6 funding of ARFR with the yellow background, we will get the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, where the announcer goes, Dragon Tales is funded in part by a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting through funds from the U.S. Department of Education. And the Dragon Tales title sequence in the start of the episode, Emmy's Dream House, and the closing for the second half of the DVD and the Columbia TriStar DVD in general. We'll have the last few seconds of Dragon Sales. The Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper where Ord says, To learn more about Dragon Tales, visit us at pbskids.org in pink letters for the text. Then we'll get to the Dragon Tales Season 1 end credits with the Sesame Workshop notice in the copyright date, followed by the 2000 Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and blue house. Then the Columbia TriStar television logo from 1997, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Community Center ad from 2002, and then the Dragon Tales funding credits from Season 1, of course, again, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. So that's for the Columbia TriStar version of ARFR's Great Summer. Now for The Good Sport. Like the Sony Wonder release, the Columbia TriStar release of The Good Sport will also be released on June 11, 2002. That's also the same day Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment released Look Who's Talking Now on DVD. And the Columbia TriStar version of The Good Sport will still keep the ARFR episodes, The Good Sport and Muppy Soccer Shocker, which are both Season 6 episodes, both with Justin Bradley's voice of ARFR intact. And the Season 2 episode, Francine Frensky Olympic Rider, followed by a Dragon Tales bonus episode, which for The Good Sport, the Dragon Tales bonus episodes will be Eggs Over Easy, the Season 1 episodes, Eggs Over Easy, and A Liking to Biking. Which makes sense because in Eggs Over Easy, the kids and dragons are playing baseball here. Now, for the Columbia TriStar version of The Good Sport, it'll basically open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the tolling bells, with the DVD music, with the tolling bells, followed by the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, ARFR theme with the glass breaking noises and the start of The Good Sport, and the closing to the first half will feature the last few seconds of Francine Frensky Olympic Rider, online and local library promo from Season 6 to 7, 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 6 with the Techno Remix Kidio promo. The funding credits, Lego being the first sponsor this time, then Libby's Juicy Juice, then Post Alphabet's Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories. Then the ARFA funding credits from Season 6 with the grassy green checkered grid background this time. Then the 2000 PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident, where Dot transforms from a tiger to an octopus to an astronaut. And then after the PBS Kids Dot Transformation ident, we would go right to the Dragon Tales portion for the Columbia TriStar release, with the Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of Eggs Over Easy. And the closing to the second half will have the last few seconds of A Liking to Biking, the same Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits with Sesame Workshop notice and the copyright date, the Sesame Workshop fully animated green roof, blue house logo, Columbia TriStar Television logo from 1997, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Cereal Community Center ad from 2002, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and then, of course, the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. That's for the Columbia TriStar version. In reality, there were no Columbia TriStar releases of ARFA, so before you take this too seriously, just so you know, this is completely fan-made. So, alright, now for ARFA's Best School Days, which was released on VHS on September 11, 2001, but then got a DVD released by Sony Wonder on June 11, 2002. The same thing will be said for the Columbia TriStar VHS and DVD releases of ARFA's Best School Days. September 11, 2001 on VHS and June 11, 2002 on DVD. And the Columbia TriStar version will still have the ARFA episodes ARFA and the Square Dance from Season 2, the Season 1 episode Teen Trouble, and the Season 2 episode Buster Hits the Books, much like the Sony Wonder release. And for the Columbia TriStar release, it'll contain a bonus Dragon Tales episodes, which are the Season 1 episodes, A Cool School, and Max's Comic Adventure. And now, this DVD, the Columbia TriStar DVD of ARFA's Best School Days, even though it's a 2002 DVD release, it'll actually open with the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo with the soft whooshes and the regular softer phaser sounds, even though the rest of the Columbia TriStar DVD releases stopped using the Columbia TriStar DVD logo in 2001. This will actually still be the case for the 2002 DVD of ARFA's Best School Days, as the Columbia TriStar DVD logo will still be used despite being a 2002 DVD release, probably because the VHS was originally released in 2001. Then after that, after the Columbia TriStar DVD logo, then we'll see the DVD menu, FBA warning, red warning, and attention screens, ARFA theme with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of ARFA and the Square Dance. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of ARFA's Best School Days will have the last few seconds of Buster Hits the Books, and then the online local library promo from Season 5, 2000 to 2001. The end credits from Season 2 with the abridged Sonar logo and a WGBH logo with the word Boston. Season 5 funding credits, and with Post Alphabets being the first sponsor, which is Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings. Then the Lego ad from Season 5 and the Libby's Juicy Juice ad from Season 5. And the Arthur funding credits from Season 5 with the Blueberry Blue flower bed background will also be intact on the 2002 Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Best School Days. And after that, we'll get the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. And then the Dragon Tales portion will start for the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Best School Days after the PBS Kids Dot ident appears. And for the first time ever, the VHS version of Arthur's Best School Days will be the very first release with a Dragon Tales episode to feature the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad. This will also be intact on the 2002 DVD release. And the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales title sequence and the start of A Cool School. Now the closing will feature the last few seconds of Max's comic adventure. The Season 1 online bumper, the end credits, which the VHS of Arthur's Best School Days will be the very first VHS release where the end credits have the Sesame Workshop reference in the copyright date. And because of this, it'll also be the very first VHS release of Arthur to use the fully animated Sesame Workshop logo. And it's got the green roof and the blue house, just like with reruns of Season 1 beginning in 2001. This will also be intact on the 2002 DVD release. And then after the Sesame Workshop green roof and blue house logo, we'll get the Columbia TriStar Television logo, and then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Beach ad from 2000. This will be the first Arthur VHS release to use the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Beach ad from 2000 at the end of the Dragon Tales portion. This will also be intact on the DVD. Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and then the PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, appears again. Then the DVD menu appears. So yeah, the same practice will also apply with the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur Goes to the Doctor. Released September 11, 2001 on VHS and June 11, 2002 on DVD. Here it is. And this will feature... The Columbia TriStar version will feature the episodes, the Season 2 episode, Arthur's Knee, Season 4 episode, Buster's Breathless, and the Season 5 episode, The Lousy Week, much like the actual Sony Wonder release. And the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Goes to the Doctor will have bonus Dragon Tales episodes after the main program, which the Dragon Tales Season 1 episodes for Arthur Goes to the Doctor will be the Season 1 episodes Tales You Lose and Calling Dr. Zack. Tales You Lose and Calling Dr. Zack. And it makes perfect sense because Zack is afraid to go to the doctor in the second Dragon Tales episode, Calling Dr. Zack. Just like A Cool School makes sense to be put on Arthur's Best School Days because Max is afraid of going to school until he discovers how fun school can be. And the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo would also be shown on the discs for the Columbia TriStar versions of those Arthur releases. Now, for Arthur Goes to the Doctor, like before, the DVD of Arthur Goes to the Doctor will open with the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo with the soft whooshes and the regular softer phaser sounds, much like the DVD of Arthur's Best School Days, despite that and Arthur Goes to the Doctor being released in 2002. But this is also because the VHS was originally released in 2001. Then the DVD menu, FBA warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur theme with the boing sound before the glass breaking, and the start of Arthur's Knee. And the closings of the first half will have the last few seconds of The Lousy Week. Then we go straight to the end credits from Season 5 with no online or local library promo at all. Then the Season 5 funding of Arthur, again with post-alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings being the first sponsor. Then the Season 5 Lego and Libby's Juicy Juice ads. And then, like before, the Season 5 funding with the Blueberry Blue flower bed background. And 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, but all of which will also be intact on the Columbia TriStar DVD release, just like the VHS. And for the Columbia TriStar version, after the PBS Kids ident, it'll have the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad, and the Dragon Tales Season 1 funding credits, title sequence, and the start of the episode Tales You Lose. And now the closing will feature the last few seconds of... The closing to the second half will be the last few seconds of Calling Dr. Zack, Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, end credits from Season 1 with Sesame Workshop reference, the Sesame Workshop green roof, blue house logo, fully animated, Columbia TriStar Television logo from 1997, and then, of course, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Beach ad from the VHS, which will also be intact for the DVD of Arthur Goes to the Doctor, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen again. Then the DVD menu. Alright. Now, Arthur's Best School Days 2002 DVD release. This was released originally on VHS on August 1st, 2000 on VHS, and July 16th, 2002 on DVD. Now, the Columbia TriStar version will be released on the same days. The VHS, August 1st, 2000, DVD, July 16th, 2002. Now, the Columbia TriStar version will feature the episodes... the Season 2 episode, Night Fright, Season 3 episode, What Scared Sue Ellen, and Season 4 episode, The Fright Stuff, like the Sony Wonder release. Now, the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be featured on Arthur's Scary Stories, Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Scary Stories, that is, will be the Season 1 episodes, Ord Sees the Light and the Ugly Dragling. Because Ord is afraid to go inside the cave, but he has to do it to find Max's frog Hoppy. Now, here's the disc for Arthur's Scary Stories. Now, just like with Arthur's Best School Days and Arthur Goes to the Doctor, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Scary Stories will open with the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo, but on Arthur's Scary Stories, it'll have the loud whooshes and the regular louder phaser sounds, since the VHS was originally released in 2000. Since the VHS was originally released in 2000, and Columbia TriStar DVDs from 2000 used the louder phaser sounds, the Columbia TriStar DVD logo with louder phaser sounds will also appear for the 2002 DVD of Arthur's Scary Stories from Columbia TriStar, even though the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo's on the packaging. Then after the Columbia TriStar DVD logo for Arthur's Scary Stories, we will get the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning intention screens, Arthur title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking, and the start of Night Fright. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Scary Stories will have the last few seconds of the Fright Stuff, then the end credits from Season 3, and the Arthur funding credits from early Season 4, with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then the older Libby's Juicy Juice ad from late Season 1 to Season 4, even though the later Libby's Juicy Juice logo will be shown on the back cover of the DVD. And then after that, there will be the Baby Gap advertisement, even though Lego is incorrectly sponsored on the screen. Even though Lego is incorrectly sponsored in the back cover, Baby Gap will be shown on the screen, which will also be intact for the Columbia TriStar DVD version. Then the post-alphabets make up a million words to tell billions of stories ad, which is a little bit different compared to the bumper shown on compared to the advertisement shown on the Good Sport DVD. And then after the post-alphabets make up a million words to tell billions of stories ad, actually, no. After the Libby's Juicy Juice ad for R for Scary Stories, it has the Baby Gap ad, and then the post-alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings ad is shown. Then, after the post-alphabets make the words that let you share your feelings ad, for the Columbia TriStar DVD, it'll have the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the R for Online and Local Library promo from 1998 to 1999. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start, and we'll have the 1999 Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest advertisement, because that advertisement was actually shown when Dragon Tales first premiered in 1999, and it continued to be used in 2000 and perhaps very early 2001 as well. Then after the Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad for the Columbia TriStar DVD of R for Scary Stories, once the Dragon Tales portion starts, it'll have the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the title sequence and the start of Ordsy's Delight. Now, the closing for the Columbia TriStar version of R for Scary Stories will be the last few seconds of The Ugly Dragling, the Season 1 online bumper, the end credits with the original CTW reference, due to using recycled mastering from the 2000 VHS. And also, after the end credits, comes the 1997 Children's Television Workshop logo with the semicircle and the words "Play It Smart" shown at the bottom. This will be shown on the 2000 VHS of R for Scary Stories Columbia TriStar version, and will also be intact for the 2002 Columbia TriStar DVD release as well, due to using recycled 2000 VHS mastering. And then after the Children's Television Workshop logo, we'll get the Columbia TriStar Television logo and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal school ad. The second version with kids getting off the school bus and making art. And then after that, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales will appear again. Then it'll have the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. And then after that, the DVD menu. Whereas the VHS will go right to the black screen after the PBS Kids Dash ident when Dragon Tales ends for the DVD of R for Scary Stories, Columbia TriStar version. Alright. Now here's Arthur's Perfect Christmas. This was released on September 12th. September 12th or September 19th, 2000 on VHS, and September 24th, 2002 on DVD. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar versions of Arthur's Perfect Christmas, released on those respective days on VHS and DVD respectively. Now, for the Columbia TriStar version, after the film is over, it'll feature the Dragon Tales bonus episodes, which will be the Season 1 episodes, Quetzal's Magic Pop-Up Book, and My Way or Snow Way. Now, just like with Arthur's Scary Stories, along with Arthur's Best School Days and Arthur Goes to the Doctor, Arthur's Perfect Christmas, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Perfect Christmas, despite being a 2002 DVD release, will actually open with the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo at the beginning, due to the VHS originally being released in 2000, and it'll have the soft whooshes and the digitally enhanced louder phaser sounds for Arthur's Perfect Christmas. Just like with what happened for the DVD of Look Who's Talking 2, released on October 10th, 2000. So, the digitally enhanced louder phaser sounds will be used for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Perfect Christmas. Then after that, the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning, and attention screens. Then we go right to the program. Now, the closing for the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Perfect Christmas will be the last few seconds of the special, and then, of course, the end credits, the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding with the Lego Happy Holidays ad from 2000, Libby's Juicy Juice ad from late Season 1 to Season 4 from 1997, even though the later Libby's Juicy Juice logo will be shown on the back cover of the Columbia TriStar DVD release. Then the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding continued, and like the Sony Wonder release, there is no PBS Kids ident shown after the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Perfect Christmas during the first half, where after the Arthur's Perfect Christmas funding, it'll go right to the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad, which is also shown for the 2000 VHS of Arthur's Perfect Christmas from Columbia TriStar, just like with Arthur's Scary Stories. This will also be intact for the DVD of Arthur's Perfect Christmas from Columbia TriStar in addition. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of Quetzal's Magic Pop-Up Book. Now, the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Perfect Christmas will have the last few seconds of the episode My Way or Snow Way, the Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, the end credits with the original CTW reference, which will be on the Columbia TriStar VHS version of Arthur's Perfect Christmas, and will also be intact on the 2002 Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Perfect Christmas. Then after that, the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word Play It Smart at the bottom. Just like with the Columbia TriStar VHS of Arthur's Perfect Christmas, the CTW logo will also be intact on the 2002 DVD release due to using recycled mastering from the VHS. Then after the CTW logo, the Columbia TriStar television logo will be shown. Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school ad, the second version, with kids getting off the school bus and making art at school. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. All right. Now we'll get into Arthur's Celebration, which was originally released on VHS on May 8th, 2001, and was released on DVD September 24th, 2002. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar VHS and DVD versions of Art for Celebration. Now, the DVD versions of those VHS releases using recycled mastering from the 2000 to 2001 releases, the DVD versions would have the Columbia TriStar DVD logo, while the VHS releases will mostly use the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo on them. But for Art for Celebration, the VHS will use the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the VHS music, due to it being released in May 2001, just 1 month after the Columbia TriStar Home Video became Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment. Well, actually, no. Some VHS releases had the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the packaging, but still had the Columbia TriStar Home Video logo on the screen, even though it wouldn't be until April 2001 when the on-screen Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo would be used for VHS. Now, Art for Celebration will be the first VHS with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning. But the DVD, I will explain soon. Now, it'll have 4 episodes for both the Sony Wonder and Columbia TriStar versions of Art for Celebration. They are Arthur's Birthday from Season 1, Arthur's New Year's Eve from Season 1, Grandma for Appreciation Day from Season 2, and DW's Perfect Wish from Season 3. And for the Columbia TriStar VHS and DVD versions, this will actually feature twice as many bonus Dragon Tales episodes than usual. In other words, it'll feature 4 bonus Dragon Tales episodes instead of 2. Or actually, 2 half hours instead of 1 half hour of Dragon Tales being shown. It'll feature 2 half hours. So, Columbia TriStar version will feature Arthur's Birthday, Arthur's New Year's Eve, Grandma for Appreciation Day, and DW's Perfect Wish, just like the Sony Wonder release. And in the Dragon Tales episodes, there will be more bonus Dragon Tales episodes for Art for Celebration to make it special, and these will include the Season 1 episodes, Not a Problem, and Words on Happy Birthday, and Dragon Drop and Cassie Loves the Parade. Now, for the DVD version of Art for Celebration, due to the VHS originally being released in 2001, the DVD of Art for Celebration from Columbia TriStar, the 2002 DVD of Art for Celebration from Columbia TriStar will actually still open with the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo, which will use the soft whooshes and the regular softer phaser sounds, just like with Arthur's Best School Days and Arthur Goes to the Doctor. After that, the DVD menu will appear, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur theme with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur's birthday. Now, the closing to part 1 of the Columbia TriStar release of Art for Celebration will have the last few seconds of DW's Perfect Wish, the end credits from Season 3, then the Arthur funding credits from Season 3 with the yellow and purple polka dot background shown here, which will also be on the Columbia TriStar release of Art for Celebration. Then the Baby Gap ad, even though Lego is incorrectly sponsored on the screen. And then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad from late Season 1 to Season 4 from 1997, even though the later Libby's Juicy Juice logo will be shown on the back cover on both the VHS and DVD, and both the VHS and DVD also have Post Alphabet sponsored, But there is no post-Alphabets ad shown at all, because after the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, it'll go right to the online and local library bumper from 1998 to 1999. And then on the Columbia TriStar release, after the online and local library bumper from 1998 to 1999, it'll feature the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad making its final appearance on Dragon Tales. And in the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence and the start of the Dragon Tales episode, not a problem. And the closing will feature the last few seconds of Ord's Unhappy Birthday, Season 1 online bumper, end credits with the original CTW reference. This will be the very final Columbia TriStar release to feature the CTW reference in the credits. Then after that, it'll feature the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word "Play It Smart" at the bottom. This will actually be the last and final release of Arthur from Columbia TriStar, where the Dragon Tales portion will use the CTW logo. Then the Columbia TriStar television logo, and then it'll have the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school ad, which is the second version with kids getting off the school bus and making art in school. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dash iNet, where Dash is thinking about something. Then we get into the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad again, because another Dragon Tales episode would start. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales. Then the title sequence and the start of Dragon Drop. And the closing overall will have the last few seconds of Cassie Loves a Parade, the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, the end credits with the CTW reference, and then, of course, again, the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word "Play It Smart" at the bottom. Then the Columbia TriStar television logo. Then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school ad first version, with kids getting into the school, reading books, making music, and going outside at the playground. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and then the 1999 PBS Kids Dot iNet, where Dot runs up to the screen. So yeah, the VHS version of Arthur Celebration will be very interesting because it'll be the first release to use the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning. However, it'll actually be the last with the Children's Television Workshop logo, despite having the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning. The CTW semicircle logo will also be intact for the 2002 DVD release for both of the Dragon Tales portions. Well, that was something special, wasn't it? Alright, next up, 2002 DVD release of Arthur's Only Rock and Roll. Released October 1st, 2002 on VHS and DVD. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Only Rock and Roll. This special aired to prepare for Season 7 of Arthur, premiering a month and a week later on October 8th. And because it originally aired on television in September 2002. Now, the Dragon Tales bonus episodes that will be included for Arthur's Only Rock and Roll, the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Only Rock and Roll, will be the Season 1 episodes, The Greatest Show in Dragonland, and Prepare According to Instructions. Now, the DVD of Arthur's Only Rock and Roll, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Only Rock and Roll, will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, with the Tolling Bells DVD music, of course. DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, and the start of the program. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Only Rock and Roll will feature the last few seconds of the special, the end credits with cars going across the driveway, and with the Backstreet Boys singing the Arthur theme. And then brief footage of the Backstreet Boys singing the theme. Arthur Online and Local Library promo from Season 6 to 7, 2001 and 2003, of course. Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll funding, post-alphabet spell the names and tell the world who we are commercial. Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll funding continued, then the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident, where Dash looks at a goldfish in a fishbowl, imagines himself as an orange goldfish, and gets eaten by Dot as a green fish. Which, of course, the PBS Kids Fishbowl ident fades in and out and says pbskids.org. This will also be on the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll before the Dragon Tales portion starts. And after the PBS Kids Fishbowl ident, the Columbia TriStar DVD will have the Dragon Tales portion start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of The Greatest Show in Dragonland, and the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur It's Only Rock and Roll. We'll have the last few seconds of Prepare According to Instructions, Season 1 online bumper of Dragon Tales, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, and the Sesame Workshop green roof, blue house, fully animated logo, and the Columbia TriStar television logo, and in the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. Alright. Now for the 2003 releases. Arthur's Family Fun, with the release date of January 14, 2003. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar VHS and DVD versions of Arthur's Family Fun. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD will still feature the Arthur episodes Arthur and Los Vecinos from Season 6 with Justin Bradley's voice of Arthur intact. And then the Season 2 episode Sue Ellen's Little Sister, and the Season 5 episode Arthur's Family Feud. And the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Family Fun will feature some bonus Dragon Tales episodes on there. And I hate to say this, but the Dragon Tales episodes that will be shown will be the Season 1 episode Quibbling Siblings, which I know Moving Game Lover 98 does not care for that episode, and Wheezy's Hairball. But the only reason why I included it is because it makes sense, because sometimes you can have an argument with siblings, and siblings are a part of your family, so that's why I included it on here for the Columbia TriStar version. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Family Fun will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning, and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking, and the start of Arthur and Los Vecinos, and the closing will feature the last few seconds of closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Family Fun. We'll have the last few seconds of Arthur's Family Feud. And now a word from us kids segment, online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, Season 6 to 7, of course, Season 6 end credits with the Techno remix, Kiddio promo, Arthur funding credits with Lego being the first sponsor, but Chuck E. Cheese's is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover for some odd reason. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar releases, where Chuck E. Cheese's is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover. Then Libby's Juicy Juice, Season 6 to 8 version, of course. Post-alphabets, and then the post-alphabets make up a million words to tell billions of stories ad, the later version. And in the Season 6 funding of Arthur, with the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with the grassy green checkered grid background. And then the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. And then after the PBS Kids dot transformation ident, it'll feature the Dragon Tales portion for the Columbia TriStar DVD release. After the PBS Kids dot transformation ident, it'll feature the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of Arthur and Lois Facine. And the start of Quibbling Siblings, excuse me. Alright, so on the Dragon Tales portion, after the PBS Kids dot transformation ident, it'll feature the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of Quibbling Siblings. There you go. Now the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar Porsche DVD of Arthur's Family Fun will feature the last few seconds of Wheezy's Hairball, Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding, and 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. This is actually a Season 1 episode of Dragon Tales according to a program break. Those episodes, Quibbling Siblings and Wheezy's Hairball, had the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident at the end. So yeah, the Dragon Tales portion will end with the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident at the end here for Arthur's Family Fun. And then the DVD menu. Alright. Next up, Arthur's Snow Day. Released January 14, 2003 on both VHS and DVD. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Snow Day as well. And the Columbia TriStar version will still feature the Arthur episodes, the Season 4 episode, The Rat Who Came to Dinner, the Season 3 episode, The Long Dull Winter, and the Season 4 episode, The Blizzard. And the Dragon Tales bonus episodes that'll be on the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Snow Day will be the Season 1 episodes, Snow Dragons, and The Fury is out on this one. Makes sense because Max and Ord play in the snow in that episode. Disc. Now, the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Snow Day will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning, and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of The Rat Who Came to Dinner. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Snow Day will have the last few seconds of The Blizzard, the And Now a Word from Us Kids segment, online and local library promo from Season 6 to 7, 2001 to 2003, of course, and credits from Season 4, Kiddio promo, Arthur funding credits, the Lego advertisement, even though Chuck E. Cheese's is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover, from Season 6, that is, the Lego ad from Season 6, even though the Chuck E. Cheese's is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover, Libby's Juicy Juice, and then post-alphabets, make up a million words to tell billions of stories, later version. Then it'll have the Season 6, the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with the grassy green checkered grid background. 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then, on the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Snow Day, after the PBS Kids Dot transformation ident from 2000, it'll feature the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of Snow Dragons. Now, the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Snow Day will feature the last few seconds of The Fury is out on this one, the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop logo, fully animated, with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something, Snow Dragons and the Furious Out on this one is another series of episodes that ends with the dash ident instead of the dot one. Then after the PBS Kids dash ident, we'll go to the DVD menu. All right. Here's something very interesting. Arthur Goes to Hollywood. Released on January 14, 2003 on DVD. On VHS, it was released on March 21st, 2000. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar releases of Arthur Goes to Hollywood. Now, the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur Goes to Hollywood will still feature the Season 3 episode, and Now Let's Talk to Some Kids, and the Season 4 episodes, The Contest, and That's a Baby Show. And for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be featured on Arthur Goes to Hollywood will actually be the very first Arthur release on VHS to feature bonus Dragon Tales episodes, due to the VHS being from 2000. And the Dragon Tales bonus episodes that'll be chosen for Arthur Goes to Hollywood will be the Season 1 episodes, A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words, and the Talent Pool. Kind of makes sense because you can be talented in Hollywood, I guess. So that's why I included A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words and the Talent Pool for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Goes to Hollywood. And because the VHS of Arthur Goes to Hollywood was released in 2000, the VHS will feature the Columbia TriStar home video logo from 1993, of course. However, the DVD of Arthur Goes to Hollywood from Columbia TriStar will be another Arthur released after 2001 that will actually still feature the Columbia TriStar DVD logo at the beginning, which of course will have the loud whooshes and the regular louder phaser sounds for the DVD of Arthur Goes to Hollywood. Even though Arthur Goes to Hollywood is a 2003 DVD release, it'll still feature the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo at the beginning, because the VHS was originally released in 2000. Then, the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking, and the start of And Now Let's Talk to Some Kids. And the closing for the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur Goes to Hollywood will feature the last few seconds of That's a Baby Show, the end credits from Season 4, but with the Arthur opening theme playing over it. Then the Arthur funding credits from early Season 4, with the grassy green checkered grid background. Libby's Juicy Juice ad from 1997 to 2000, even though the later Libby's Juicy Juice logo will be shown on the back cover of the DVD. Then the Baby Gap ad, even though Lego is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover of the DVD. And in the post-alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories ad, the earlier version. Then the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, and the Arthur Online Local Library promo from 1998 to 1999 will be shown. And because the Columbia TriStar DVD will use recycled 2000 VHS mastering, it'll feature the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad at the beginning of the Dragon Tales portion, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales title sequence, and the start of A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words. And the closing will be the last few seconds of the Talent Pool, Season 1 online bumper of Dragon Tales, end credits with original CTW reference, and then the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the words "Play It Smart" intact. And that's because the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo was first used when Dragon Tales premiered on early airings of Dragon Tales from 1999 to, I believe, very, very early 2001. Furthermore, The 2000 VHS of Arthur Goes to Hollywood would feature the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo. After the credits, after the Dragon Tales portion ends, after the credits. And the CTW semicircle logo will also be intact on the 2003 DVD of Arthur Goes to Hollywood due to using recycled mastering from the 2000 VHS release. Then, after the CTW logo, then we'll get to Columbia TriStar Television logo. Then after that, the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes school ad, the second version with kids getting off the school bus and making art at school, which is also on the DVD of Dragon Tales Adventures in Dragonland. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. This is another release where the PBS Kids ident is exactly the same for both portions. In other words, the Dot ident appears on both the Arthur and Dragon Tales portions for the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur Goes to Hollywood. Then we go to the DVD menu. And yes, I have seen program breaks recorded after A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words in the talent pool, and that episode did end with the Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. Alright. Next up, Arthur's Famous Friends. DVD was released on January 14, 2003, and VHS was released on March 21st, 2000, just like with Arthur Goes to Hollywood. This will also be the same release dates for the Columbia TriStar DVD and VHS releases of Arthur's Famous Friends. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Famous Friends will contain the Season 2, will still contain the Arthur episodes on there. The Season 2 episode, Arthur Meets Mr. Rogers, the Season 1 episode, I'm a Poet, and the Season 4 episode, My Music Rules. Now, much like with Arthur Goes to Hollywood, Arthur's Scary Stories, Arthur's Perfect Christmas, Arthur's Celebration, Arthur's Best School Days, and Arthur Goes to the Doctor, Arthur's Famous Friends, even though Arthur's Famous Friends will be released by Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment in 2003, it'll still use the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo at the beginning because the VHS was originally released in 2000, and the Columbia TriStar DVD logo was already used on Columbia TriStar DVDs beginning in 2000. And it'll have the loud whooshes and the regular louder phaser sounds for the DVD. Even though the DVD would be released in 2003, it'll have the Columbia TriStar DVD logo. Then the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Dragon Tales theme, Arthur theme, or Arthur title sequence, excuse me. You know what? I'm going to start this over. The 2003 DVD of Arthur's Famous Friends, even though it's a 2003 DVD release, will actually use the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo at the beginning because the VHS originally came out in 2000. And obviously, the 2000 VHS of Arthur's Famous Friends will use the 1993 Columbia TriStar Home Video logo at the beginning, but the DVD will have the 2000 Columbia TriStar DVD logo at the beginning, even though the DVD is from 2003. This will be another release released after 2001, where the Columbia TriStar DVD logo will make an appearance. Then the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur Meets Mr. Rogers. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Famous Friends will use the last few seconds of My Music Rules. Then the season 4 end credits of Arthur with the song Crazy Bus playing in the background. Then the Arthur funding credits from early season 4 with the grassy green checkered grid background, Libby's Juicy Juice ad from 1997 to 2000, even though the later Libby's Juicy Juice logo would be shown on the back cover of the DVD. Then the Baby Gap ad, even though Lego is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover of the DVD, and the Post-Alphabet's Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories ad. Then it'll have the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the Arthur Online and Local Library promo from 1998 to 1999. Then after that, it'll have the Dragon Tales portion start, which will have the... And the Dragon Tales episodes, if I forgot to mention these, they will be the Season 1 episodes, Zack and the Beanstalk, and A Feet on Her Feet for Arthur's Famous Friends. So anyway, on the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Famous Friends, right after the Arthur Online and Local Library bumper from 2001 to 2003, it'll feature the...
Go to bed.
It'll feature the... Pardon me, folks, that was just my Alexa speaking. Anyway, on the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Famous Friends, after the Arthur Online and Local Library promo from 1998 to 1999, it'll feature the Kellogg's Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of Zack and the Beanstalk. I know Movie and Cane Lover 98 doesn't really care for Zack and the Beanstalk either. But it kind of makes sense because the last episode on Arthur's Famous Friends focuses on making music, and Zack and Wheezy make music for Mungus. That's why I included Zack and the Beanstalk and A Feet on Her Feet for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Famous Friends. Anyway, the Dragon Tales portion would start after the Arthur Online Local Library bumper for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Famous Friends, with the Kellogg's Rice Krispies cereal Bird's Nest ad intact, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence and the start of the episode Zack and the Beanstalk. Now the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Famous Friends will have the last few seconds of A Feet on Her Feet, the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits with the original CTW reference, and then the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo, the Play It Smart variant with the word Play It Smart at the bottom, which will be completely intact on the 2003 DVD release, just like it's also shown for the 2000 VHS release from Columbia TriStar. And then the Columbia TriStar television logo, the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal school ad, which will be the first version for Arthur's Famous Friends, where the kids go into the school, they make music, they read books, and they play outside the playground. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and I know that the Dragon Tales episode, Zack and the Beanstalk and A Feet on Her Feet, ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. So after the Season 1 funding for Dragon Tales, it'll feature the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. That was according to a program break that I saw. Then after that, it'll go to the DVD menu. And the CTW semicircle logo intact is due to the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Famous Friends using recycled mastering from the 2000 VHS release. All right. Now, Columbia TriStar release for Arthur's Tasty Treats will basically be exactly the same as the Sony Wonder release, June 10th, 2003, for both VHS and DVD. This will feature the same episodes as the Sony Wonder edition, as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Arthur Season 6 episode, Buster's Sweet Success, with Justin Bradley's original voice of Arthur intact, the Season 3 episode, Dad's Dessert Dilemma, and the Season 2 episode, How the Cookie Crumbles. Here's the disc. Now, being a 2003 VHS and DVD release, that would not be recycled mastering at all, because the 2003 DVD of Arthur's Tasty Treats, because it was released on VHS in the same year as the DVD, Arthur's Tasty Treats will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, with the Tolling Bells DVD music at the beginning. DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of Buster's Sweet Success. Now, the closing to the first half. Before I explain the closing to the first half, I would like to mention what the Dragon Tales episodes will be for Arthur's Tasty Treats. For Arthur's Tasty Treats, the Dragon Tales episodes that will be featured for the Columbia TriStar edition will be the Season 1 episodes, Crash Landings, and the Big Cake Mix-Up. Anyway, for the closing for the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Tasty Treats, it'll get to the last few seconds of How the Cookie Crumbles, the And Now a Word from Us Kids segment, the Arthur Online Local Library bumper from Season 6 to 7, 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 3, the Kiddio promo, the Arthur funding credits, the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, Season 6 to 8 version, and the Post-Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, then the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, and it's got the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And it uses grants from the U.S. Department of Education, Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and Public Television Viewers. Basically almost the same as the Season 5 funding of Arthur, except the Season 5 funding has this Corporation for Public Broadcasting circle logo, whereas the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns has the square Corporation for Public Broadcasting logo. And the announcing is a little bit different. For the Season 5 funding, it's and by the U.S. Department of Education and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. Whereas the Season 7 through 8 funding used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns goes like this, and by a grant from the United States Department of Education through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you. A slightly different announcement compared to the Season 5 funding. Then, after the Arthur funding credits from Season 7 through 8 used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the yellow background, the Columbia TriStar DVD release of Arthur will have the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where it has Dash transforming into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the title sequence, and the start of the episode Crash Landings. Now, the closing to the second half will have the last few seconds of the episode, the Big Cake Mix-Up, Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, and in the Sesame Workshop logo fully animated with the green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. Now, Next one, I imagine a Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Best Friends, also being released on June 10th, 2003, like the Sony Wonder Edition, or Sony Wonder release. And the Columbia TriStar version will have the exact same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder release, the Season 2 episodes, DW's Dear Friend and Arthur's Faraway Friend, and the Season 3 episode Buster's Back, the Season 3 premiere. And as for the Dragon Tales bonus episodes that'll be featured on the Arthur's Best Friends Columbia TriStar release, it'll be the very first episodes of Dragon Tales, To Fly with Dragons and The Forest of Darkness. Meaning the very first episode of the series. Which makes, and obviously those episodes are Season 1, because Season 1 is the first season of the show. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Best Friends will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music. The DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, the Arthur title sequence with the water splashing noises, and the start of DW's Dear Friend. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Best Friends will have the last few seconds of the episode Buster's Back, Arthur Online Local Library bumper from 2001 to 2003, or promo from 2001 to 2003, end credits from Season 2 with the abridged Sonar logo and the WGBH logo with the word Boston, Kideo promo, the Arthur funding credits, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's Exorcists ad, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and Post-Alphabet's Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad. The Season 1 the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8 used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And in the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident from 2000, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. And then the Columbia TriStar portion will have the Dragon Tales portion start right after the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. And it has the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of To Fly with Dragons. And now the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Best Friends will have the last few seconds of Buster's Back. No, last few seconds of The Forest of Darkness, excuse me. The closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD portion, closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD release of Arthur's Best Friends with the last few seconds of the episode The Forest of Darkness, Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, end credits, and this is exclusive for the DVD and VHS releases only of Arthur's Best Friends. But after the credits with the Sesame Workshop reference, it'll feature the Sesame Workshop logo fully animated with the green roof and blue house, but it'll have the audio from the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo playing over it. This will only be exclusive to the DVD and VHS releases of Arthur's Best Friends. Then after that, the Columbia TriStar Television logo will appear, and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and I found out that the very first episodes of Dragon Tales, To Fly with Dragons and The Forest of Darkness, ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. So that's the PBS Kids ident that appears at the end of the Dragon Tales portion on the DVD. Then after that, DVD menu. Alright. Arthur's Baby, released June 10, 2003 on DVD. And it was released on VHS in 1997. And now, the Arthur episodes will be the season 1 episodes, Arthur's Baby, DW's Baby, and Arthur Babysits on the Columbia TriStar DVD release, just like the Sony Wonder release. But on the Columbia TriStar DVD release, it'll feature the bonus Dragon Tales episodes, which are the season 1 episodes Rope Trick and Baby Troubles, right after the Arthur episodes are over. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Baby will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode Arthur's Baby. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Baby will have the last few seconds of Arthur Babysits, the online look. Then after Arthur Babysits, it'll go right to the end credits from Season 1, which is version 1 of the Season 1 end credits with the extended Cinar logo and the WGBH logo without the word Boston. Then the Season 1 funding of the Season 1 funding of Arthur, which is recycled from the 1997 VHS, with voiceover by Michael Callos, who did DW. Then the Kiddio promo, Arthur funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad. Then the seasons 7 through 8 funding of Arthur used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns, with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. And in the 2000 PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. And then on the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Baby, after the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, it'll go into the Dragon Tales portion with the Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad. Kellogg's Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad. Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode Rope Trick. And the closing will feature the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD will feature the last few seconds of Baby Troubles. Then the Season 1 online bumper of Dragon Tales, the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, the Sesame Workshop green roof blue house logo, fully animated, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. Next up is Arthur Writes a Story. It was originally released on VHS in 1997 as well, but it was released on DVD June 10th, 2003. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar DVD release. And the Columbia TriStar release will feature the same episodes as the Sony Wonder DVD, which are the Season 1 episodes Arthur Writes a Story and Locked in the Library, and the Season 3 episode I'd Rather Read It Myself. And the Dragon Tales bonus episodes that'll be featured on the Sony Wonder DVD version of Arthur Writes a Story will be the Season 1 episodes, Small Time, and Roller Coaster Dragon, which is a dragon trash episode. In my opinion, at least. Now, for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur Writes a Story, it'll open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur Writes a Story. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur Writes a Story will have the last few seconds of the episode I'd Rather Read It Myself, the online and local library promo from season 6 to 7, then the end credits from season 1, which is the first version with the extended Sonar logo and a WGBH logo without the word Boston, season 1 funding of Arthur with voiceover by Michael Kalos, KDO promo, then the Arthur funding credits with the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, and the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and the Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad. Then the Arthur funding credits from seasons 7 through 8 used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, and a 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then after that, the Dragon Tales portion will start for the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur Writes a Story after the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, and it'll feature the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode Small Time. Now the closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of the Dragon Trash episode Roller Coaster Dragon, season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop logo fully animated with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. Now the June 10th, 2003 releases will be the last releases from Columbia TriStar, where every single episode of Dragon Tales on DVD releases are all Season 1 episodes. Because beginning in September 2003, they will feature a mix of episodes from Season 1 and Season 2, until eventually in 2005 when they start using Season 3 episodes, beginning in June 2005. All right. Now, for Arthur Gets Spooked. Now, like the Sony Wonder Edition, like the Sony Wonder release, the fan-made Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Gets Spooked will also be released on September 2nd, 2003. And it'll feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder Edition, which are, as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 1 episode, The Scare Your Pants Off Club, and the Season 6 episodes, Friday the 13th, and The Boy Who Cried Comet, with Justin Bradley's voice of Arthur kept intact. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be featured for the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur Gets Spooked, it'll be the Season 1 finale episodes, Don't Bug Me and Over and Over. Now, the opening for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur Gets Spooked will have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of the Scare Your Pants Off Club. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur Gets Spooked will have the last few seconds of The Boy Who Cried Comet, Season 6 to 7. Alright. Closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur Gets Spooked will have the last few seconds of the episode, The Boy Who Cried Comet, and Now a Word from Us Kids segment, The Arthur Online and Local Library promo from Season 6 to 7, 2001 and 2003. End credits from Season 6 with the Techno remix. The Kideo promo. Arthur funding credits. Post-alphabets make up a million words to tell billions of stories ad. Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad. And Libby's Juicy Juice ad. And in the Season 6 funding, Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background and the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then on the Columbia TriStar release, after the PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, it'll feature the Dragon Tales portion, which will start off with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode Don't Bug Me. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur Gets Spooked will have the last 2 seconds of The Boy Who Cried Comet. No. The closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur Gets Spooked will have the last few seconds of the episode Over and Over. Then the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales. The end credits with Sesame Workshop reference. Sesame Workshop green roof, blue house logo, fully animated. Columbia TriStar television logo. And the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002. Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. And then the DVD menu. Next up, it's Arthur Cracks the Case. Like the Sony Wonder release, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Cracks the Case will be released on September 2nd, 2003. And the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Cracks the Case will feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 1 episode, DW's Snow Mystery, and the Season 2 episodes, Arthur's Mystery Envelope and Finders Keepers. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be featured on the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Cracks the Case, it'll be the Season 1 episodes, A Tall Tale and Stormy Weather, which I know Movie and Game Lover 98 does not care for the episode A Tall Tale. But it makes sense because Eunice the Unicorn loses her glasses and everyone tries to crack the case as to where Eunice's glasses are. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Cracks the Case will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode DW's Snow Mystery. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Cracks the Case will have the last few seconds of the episode Finders Keepers, online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, which is from Season 6 to 7. The end credits from Season 2 with the abridged Sonar logo and the WGBH logo with the word Boston. Then the Kideo promo. The Arthur funding credits, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, Post-alphabets make the words to let you share your feelings ad, then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad. Then the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, but it's got the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background for Arthur Cracks the Case. Then after that, it's got the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then after that, the Columbia TriStar portion DVD of Arthur Cracks the Case will start the Dragon Tales portion off with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal jungle ad, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode, A Tall Tale. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Cracks the Case will have the last few seconds of the episode Stormy Weather, Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference. And then the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and I found out that the episodes A Tall Tale and Stormy Weather had the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident where Dash is thinking about something. So after the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, it'll feature the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident and then the DVD menu. Alright. Arthur's Teacher Trouble. Released on DVD September 2nd, 2003. That will also apply with the Columbia TriStar DVD release of Arthur's Teacher Trouble. And it will feature the same Arthur episodes, which are the Season 1 episodes, Arthur's Teacher Trouble and Arthur's Spelling Trouble, and the Season 6 episode, Arthur Plays the Blues, with Justin Bradley's original voice of Arthur intact. For the Dragon Tales episodes for Arthur's Teacher Trouble, it'll feature, for the Dragon Tales bonus episodes for the DVD of Arthur's Teacher Trouble, it'll feature the Season 1 episodes, The Jumping Bean Express, and Get Off of My Cloud. It makes sense because all the dragons and kids are trying to deliver jumping beans from Quetzal's brother, Fernando, and of course, Quetzal's the teacher of the school in the sky. Here's the disc. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Teacher Trouble will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens. Then after that, it'll feature the title sequence with the glass breaking noises and the start of the episode Arthur's Teacher Trouble, also known as Arthur and the Real Mr. Ratburn. And the closing to the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode Arthur Plays the Blues, then it'll go right to the end credits from Season 6 with the Techno remix, the Kiddio promo, and then the Arthur funding credits with the Chuck E. Cheese's Exorcisms ad, then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the post-alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, then the Arthur funding credits from Season 7 through 8, commonly used on Season 24 reruns with the Velveeta cheesy yellow pizza triangle background, then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Columbia TriStar DVD will start the Dragon Tales portion off with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal jungle ad. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the Jumping Bean Express. And the closing will feature the last few seconds of... Closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of Get Off of My Cloud, the Season 1 online bumper, the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop green roof blue house logo fully animated, and then the Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, and the Dragon Tales Season 1 funding credits, and in the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Next up, Arthur's Pet Business. The Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Pet Business will also be released on September 2nd, 2003, just like the Sony Wonder release, featuring the same episodes, which are the Season 1 episodes, Arthur's Pet Business and DW the Copycat, and the Season 5 episode, Pet Peeved. As for the Dragon Tales episodes for Arthur's Pet Business, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Pet Business will actually be the very first Columbia TriStar release of Arthur to contain Season 2 episodes of Dragon Tales, which they are the Season 2 episodes I Believe in Me and Bye Bye Baby Birdie. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Pet Business will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, with the Tolling Bells DVD music, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode Arthur's Pet Business. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Pet Business will have the last few seconds of the episode Pet Peeved, then the online local library bumper from Season 6 to 7, or promo from Season 6 to 7, or 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 5, and then the Kiddio promo. This will be the last Columbia TriStar release of Arthur with the Kiddio promo. Arthur funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and Post-Alphabet's Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad. And in the Arthur funding credits from Season 7 through 8, used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, and in the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then afterwards, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Beach ad from 2000, then the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, which is basically the Ready Learn funding plug, with the announcer saying, "This program is funded in part by a Ready to Learn grant from the U.S. Department of Education through the Corporation for Public Broadcasting." Then the title sequence for Dragon Tales and the start of the episode I Believe in Me. Now the closing will feature the last few seconds of the episode Bye Bye Baby Birdie, the Dragon Tales Season 2 online bumper, where Ord says, "To learn more about Dragon Tales, visit PBS Kids at pbskids.org. This time, the text is colored red instead of pink. Then the end credits of Dragon Tales. And then the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the purple roof and greenhouse. First released to use this version of the Sesame Workshop logo for a Columbia TriStar release of Arthur with bonus Dragon Tales episodes on there. Then the Columbia TriStar television logo and the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad. Then the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot iNet, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. Alright. Now for the 2004 releases. Arthur's Pet Follies, released on January 27, 2004 by Sony Wonder. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar release. And this will feature the same Arthur episodes on here, Francine and the Feline, the Season 3 episode, Francine and the Feline, the Season 4 episode, Hide and Snake, and the Season 1 episode, So Long Spanky, which is one of the most one of the saddest Arthur episodes ever made. And as for the bonus Dragon Tales episodes for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Pet Follies, they will feature the Season 1 episodes To Kingdom Come and Goodbye Little Catapoozle, which is one of the saddest episodes of Dragon Tales. So, this would be a Columbia TriStar release which features 2 sad episodes. One sad episode of Arthur called So Long Spanky, and one sad episode of Dragon Tales called Goodbye Little Catapoozle. Because they both mention the exact same topic that no one likes to talk about, really. But anyway, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Pet Follies will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of Francine and the Feline, and the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD will feature the last few seconds of So Long Spanky, the And Now a Word From Us Kids segment, online local library promo from season 6 to 7, or 2001 to 2003, and credits from season 4, the funding credits, the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the post-alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, even though Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover. Then the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, and the Arthur funding credits from seasons 7 through 8, used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background. Then the PBS Kids Dot transformation event, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, the season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode To Kingdom Come. Now, the closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of Goodbye Little Catapoozle, the season 1 online bumper, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and blue house. And in the Columbia TriStar television logo, the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot iNet, where Dot runs up to the screen, then the DVD menu. And I know Movie and Game Over 98 doesn't really care for Goodbye Little Catapoozle either, so not everyone is interested in, not everyone likes Dragon Tales episodes, which I understand, but alright. Next up, Arthur Saves the Day. Released January 27, 2004. This by Sony Wonder. This will also apply with the Columbia TriStar release. This will feature the same Arthur episodes. It's a Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 2 episodes. Season 2 episode, Buster Baxter Cat Saver. The Season 1 episode, DW All Wet. And another Season 2 episode called The Big Blow Up. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be on Arthur Saves the Day, it'll feature the Season 2 episodes, A Sticky Situation, and Green Thumbs. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur Saves the Day will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music, the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode Buster Baxter Cat Saver. And the closing to the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode The Big Blow Up, the online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 2 with the abridged Sonar logo and a WGBH logo with the word Boston, the funding credits, the post-alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories ad, which is sponsored correctly on the back cover. Post Alphabets is sponsored on the back cover as well. Then Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad and the Libby's Juicy Juice ad. Then the art for funding credits from seasons 7 through 8 used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then 2000 PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start off with the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal beach ad. Then it'll go into the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode, A Sticky Situation. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Art for Saves the Day will feature the last few seconds of the episode Green Thumbs, the Season 2 online bumper of Dragon Tales, the end credits, the Sesame Workshop Purple Roof Greenhouse logo fully animated, and the Columbia TriStar Television logo, the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, and the season 1 and then the season 2 funding of Dragon Tales. After the Columbia TriStar Television logo, it'll feature the Kellogg's Frosted Flake. After the Columbia TriStar Television logo, it'll feature Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, then the season 2 funding of Dragon Tales. Then the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. And in the DVD menu, next up is Arthur's Lost Library book, released January 27, 2004 by Sony Wonder. Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment will also release it on the same day. And the Columbia TriStar version will feature the same Arthur episodes, which are the Season 1 episodes Arthur's Lost Library book and DW's Imaginary Friend, and the Season 4 episode DW's Library Card. And as for the Dragon Tales bonus episodes that'll be featured on the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Lost Library book, it'll be the Season 2 episodes Back to the Storybook and Dragon Scouts. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Lost Library book will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo. And then the DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur's Lost Library book. Closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Lost Library book, we'll have the last few seconds of the episode DW's Library Card, Arthur Online Local Library promo from 2001 to 2003, or Season 6 to 7. The end credits from Season 4. Then after that is the funding credits with Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then Post Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad. Then after that, it'll have the Arthur funding credits from seasons 7 through 8 used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta cheesy yellow pizza triangle background. Then the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. And then on the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Lost Library book, after that, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal beach ad, and then the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and then the title sequence and the start of the episode, back to the storybook. And the closing will feature the last few seconds of... Now, the closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of Dragon Scouts, the Season 2 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits, and then the Sesame Workshop purple roof and green house logo, fully animated, Columbia TriStar Television logo, and in the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, and in the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Alright. Next up is Arthur Makes the Team, released on DVD January 27, 2004. This will also be released on the same day by Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment, this will also be the same day Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment will put it out. But, anyway, the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur Makes the Team basically will have the same episodes as the Sony Wonder release. They are the Season 1 episodes, Arthur Makes the Team and Meek for a Week, and the Season 2 episode, Arthur the Loser. And I hate to tell you this for the Dragon Tales episodes, but I'm afraid that the Dragon Tales episodes that will be featured on Arthur Makes the Team are the Season 1 episodes, Blowing with the Wind, and the Dragon Trash No-Hitter, which I know Movie and Game Lover 98 hates that episode with a burning passion. But it only makes sense because we've already had Eggs Over Easy on The Good Sport. Plus Max is playing Dragon Ball in No-Hitter. So even if it is a Dragon Trash episode, it kind of makes sense to be included on this DVD of Arthur Makes the Team anyway. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Makes the Team will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, DVD menu, FBI warning, red warning attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode, Arthur Makes the Team. And the closing will feature the closings of the first half at least, will feature the last few seconds of the episode Arthur the Loser, the online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 2 with the abridged Cinar logo and WGBH logo with the word Boston. The funding credits, Post Alphabets Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories ad, even though Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored in the back cover. Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, then Libby's Juicy Juice ad. Then the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8, used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode Blowing with the Wind. Now, the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Makes the Team will have the last few seconds of the Dragon Trash No-Hitter, Season 1 online bumper, and then the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, and the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and blue house. Then the Columbia TriStar Television logo. And then after that, it'll feature the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center ad from 2002, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and I found out that the Season 1 episodes Blowing with the Wind and No Hitter were another series of episodes of Dragon Tales that ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash was thinking about something. So yes, after the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales for Arthur Makes the Team, it'll feature the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. Then it'll go to the DVD menu. Alright. Now we get into Parents Are from Pluto from June 8, 2004, which will be released on the same day. If Columbia TriStar put it out, it would be released on the same day as the Sony Wonder release, obviously. The Arthur episodes would basically be the same. The Season 5 episode, Kids Are from Earth, Parents Are from Pluto. The Season 1 episode, My Dad the Garbage Man. And the Season 3 episode, Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes for Parents Are from Pluto, the Dragon Tales episodes that will be on Parents Are from Pluto are going to be the Season 1 episodes, Follow the Dots, and A Smashing Success. Which I know is Season 1 episode 17 of Dragon Tales. And I know Season 1 episode 16 was It Happened One Nightmare and Staying Within the Lines, and those Dragon Tales episodes ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident. And Quibbling Siblings is episode 18, A Tall Tales episode 19, Blowing with the Wind and No Hitter are episode 20. They also had the Dash ident on them as well. And I think the same thing happens with Season 1 episode 17, Follow the Dots and A Smashing Success. I'm pretty sure these episodes also had the PBS Kids Dash ident on there. But anyway, the Columbia TriStar DVD of Parents Are from Pluto will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music. Then it'll have some previews, which will be for the Berenstain Bears 2003 TV series and the Swan Princess collection. Then it'll go right to the FBI warning and the red warning and attention screens. And the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises. In the start of the episode, Kids Are from Earth, Parents Are from Pluto. Closing will feature closing to the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode. Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight. The end credits from the online local library promo from 2001 to 2003. Then the end credits from... Alright. The closing to the first half of Parents Are from Pluto, Columbia TriStar release, will feature the last few seconds of Mom and Dad Have a Great Big Fight. The online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003. And credits from Season 5. The funding credits with Post Alphabet's Make Up a Million Words to Tell Billions of Stories as the first sponsor. Then the 2003 Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad. And then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad. And then the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with Concord Grape Jelly Purple Checkerboard background. Then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Arthur step into reading prompter. Then after that, it'll go right into the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal, jungle ad. Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence in the start of the episode, Follow the Dots. Now for the closing. The closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Our Parents Are from Pluto, it'll feature the last few seconds of the episode, a smashing success. Season 1 online thumper of Dragon Tales, the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, and then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate advertisement from 2003 that is also shown on Dragon Tales Let's Start a Band. This will be the first release to use that version. That will replace the 2002 Community Center ad beginning with this one, with this release. Then the Dragon Tales funding credits from Season 1. And then I'm going to have the DVD of Our Parents Are from Pluto containing the episodes Follow the Dots and Smashing Success for the Columbia TriStar release. I'm going to have the Columbia TriStar release of Our Parents Are from Pluto that contains the Dragon Tales episodes, Follow the Dots, and the Smashing Success have the 1999 PBS Kids Dash iNet where Dash is thinking about something. So yes, after the Season 1 funding, there will be the 1999 PBS Kids Dash iNet and then the DVD menu. Even though I haven't really seen the program break recorded after those episodes, I'm pretty sure the PBS Kids Dash iNet also appears on TV broadcasts of those episodes. Either that one or the iNet. But I'm going to have to look really hard and see if I can find a program break recorded after those episodes, if one gets uploaded eventually. But I'm pretty sure it uses the Dash iNet. Alright, here's CW Thinks Big, released on June 8, 2004. That will also be the same day Columbia TriStar will release it. Now, it'll feature the same episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 1 episode, DW Thinks Big, the Season 3 episode, Arthur and DW Cleanup, and the Season 6 episode, For Whom the Bell Tolls, with Mark Rendell doing the voice of Arthur, or Mark Rendell redubbing Arthur's lines for this episode. Because Season 6, Arthur was originally voiced by Justin Bradley, but then reruns of Season 6 had Mark Rendell redub all of Justin Bradley's lines because Justin Bradley's voice was deep when he voiced Arthur. Almost like Season 5, almost like Michael Yarmish's Arthur voice from Season 5 to an extent. For the Dragon Tales episodes for DW Thinks Big, this will actually reuse an episode from a previous release, which is the Season 1 episode's Not a Problem and Ord's Unhappy Birthday, originally released from Arthur Celebration. However, I will tell you what's going to be changed about this release. So, the Columbia TriStar DVD of DW Thinks Big will feature the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo and the same previews for the Berenstain Bears 2003 TV series and the Swan Princess collection. Then the FBI warning, red warning and attention screens. And the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo obviously has the Tolling Bells DVD music. Then after the FBI warning and red warning attention screens, it'll have the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of DW Thinks Big, and the closing to the first half will have the last few seconds of the episode For Whom the Bell Tolls, the online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, the end credits from Season 3, The funding credits, Teddy Graham Snacks ad, first release to use that ad. And yes, it is sponsored on the back cover as well. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the Arthur funding credits from season 7 through 8 used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. And then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot, then the Arthur step into reading bumper. And then, after that, it'll go into the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the title sequence and the start of the episode, Not a Problem. So that's what's different. The Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad will be shown at the beginning. Now for the closing to the second half of the W Thinks Big Columbia TriStar release, it'll have the last few seconds of the episode, Ord's Unhappy Birthday, the Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, and credits the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and the blue house, the Columbia TriStar television logo, the 2003 Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad, and then, of course, it'll feature the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something, and the DVD menu. That's because I found out that there was a program break recorded after those Dragon Tales episodes, Not a Problem, Ord's Unhappy Birthday, and these were actually the very first episodes of Dragon Tales to use the PBS Kids Dash ident at the end, and it was Season 1, Episode 3. So yeah, that's what's different. Those episodes would previously be used on Art for Celebration. However, on Art for Celebration, the Rice Krispies ad would be used at the beginning, plus the credits would feature the Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo afterwards, and will have the CTW reference in the credits. And the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes ad would be the school version for Art for Celebration, the second one with kids getting off the school bus. Other than that, basically the same. All right. Arthur's Eyes. Released June 8, 2004. This will also be the same day Columbia TriStar will release it. This will feature the episodes, the Season 1 premiere episodes, Arthur's Eyes and Francine's Bad Hair Day, and then the Season 2 episode Draw, just like the Sony Wonder release. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes, for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Eyes, it'll feature the Season 2 episodes, Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon, and Something's Missing. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Eyes will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, the previews for the Berenstain Bears 2003 TV series and the Swan Princess collection, then the FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode, Arthur's Eyes. And the closing to the first half of the DVD of Arthur's Eyes will have the last 2 seconds of the episode Draw, then the end credits from Season 1, which is the first version with the extended Sonara logo and the WGBH logo without the word Boston. Arthur funding credits, the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the Post-Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad, then the Arthur funding credits from Season 7 through 8, commonly used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background. Then the PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then after that, the Dragon Tales portion will start on the Columbia TriStar release with the After the PBS Kids dot transformation ident on the Columbia TriStar release, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loop cereal jungle ad, the season 2 funding of Dragon Tales title sequence, and the start of the episode Cassie the Green-Eyed Dragon. Closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of the episode Something's Missing, season 2 online bumper, and credits Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the purple roof and greenhouse, then the Columbia TriStar television logo, and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad from 2003, then the season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. Alright. Now, Arthur's Family Vacation, released June 8, 2004, which I would also imagine Columbia TriStar releasing it on DVD on the exact same day. Now, this will feature the same Arthur episodes on the Columbia TriStar release, which are the season 1 episodes, Arthur's Family Vacation, Grandpa Dave's Old Country Farm, and Arthur's Almost Boring Day. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes for Arthur's Family Vacation, they will be the season 1 episodes, Zack Takes a Dive and Under the Weather. It makes sense because Zack goes swimming in the episode Zack Takes a Dive. Whereas, I believe Arthur and his family go swimming at one point in Arthur's Family Vacation. Here's the disc. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Family Vacation, that'll open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, with the Tolling Bells DVD music, and previews for the Berenstain Bears TV series from 2003 and the Swan Princess collection. Then the FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode, Arthur's Family Vacation. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Family Vacation will have the last few seconds of the episode Arthur's Almost Boring Day, the end credits from season 1, which is the second version with the abridged Sonar logo and the WGBH logo with the word Boston. Then after that, it'll feature the season 1 funding credits with the Chuck E. Cheese's. After that, it'll feature the Arthur funding credits. I didn't mean to say which season they were from, but after the end credits, after the end credits are from season 1, it features the funding credits. So the closing for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Family Vacation, the first half at least, will feature the last few seconds of Arthur's Almost Boring Day. Then the end credits from season 1 with the abridged Sonar logo and the WGBH logo with the word Boston, which is the second version. The funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the Teddy Grahams Snacks ad, which Teddy Grahams is also sponsored in the back cover. The season 7 through 8 funding of Arthur used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns, with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. Then the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loop cereal jungle ad, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode Zack Takes a Dive. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Family Vacation will feature the last few seconds of Under the Weather, season 1 online bumper of Dragon Tales, end credits, the Sesame Workshop, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the green roof and blue house, then the Columbia TriStar television logo, and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdates ad from 2003, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. then the DVD menu. Now, with the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Double Dare, it'll still be released on August 3rd, 2004, like the Sony Wonder release. And if you wanted to know, the June 8th, 2004 releases from Columbia TriStar will be the last Arthur releases where the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo is in its full screen format. Because beginning with the August 3rd, 2004 releases of Arthur from Columbia TriStar, the logo will be in widescreen. Anyway, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Double Dare will still feature the same episodes as the Sony Wonder release. They are the Season 5 episode Double Dare, the Season 3 episode Arthur's Dummy Disaster, and another Season 5 episode, The Cave. As for the Dragon Tales episodes that would be chosen for Arthur's Double Dare, they will be the Season 2 episodes Sneezy Does It and Try It, You'll Like It. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Double Dare, as I've already mentioned, will be the first Arthur release to feature the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen format. However, it still has the tolling bells in the music. Then it'll have previews of the Berenstain Bears 2003 TV series and the Swan Princess Collection promo. Then there will be an added trailer for the August 3rd, 2004 releases, which is surprisingly the 2002 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer containing JG the Jet Plane, Bear in the Big Blue House, Dragon Tales, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, and Harold and the Purple Crayon, even though Disney already released Bear in the Big Blue House by 2004. Then after the Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer, we will get the FBI warning, red warning, and attention screens. Then the title sequence, which has the glass breaking and boing sounds, of course, and the start of the episode, Double Dare. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Double Dare will have the last few seconds of the episode, The Cave, the Season 1 online bumper. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Double Dare will have the last few seconds of the episode, The Cave, the Arthur online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 5, the funding credits, and then the Teddy Grahams Snacks ad, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, and then it'll have the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the Season 7 through 8 funding of Arthur used on Seasons 1 to 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background, 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, then the Arthur Step into Reading bumper, and then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode Sneezy Does It. Now, the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Double Dare will feature the last few seconds of Try It, You'll Like It, the end credits from the Dragon Tales Season 2 online bumper, then the end credits, then the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the purple roof and greenhouse and the Columbia TriStar television logo, then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, the Season 2 funding, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu, of course. All right. Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. Released August 3rd, 2004. Columbia TriStar will also release it on the same day, in which the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's School of Hard Knocks basically will feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder Edition, or Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 2 episode, Arthur vs. the Very Mean Crossing Guard, the Season 1 episode, Buster Makes the Grade, and the Season 3 episode, DW All Fired Up. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes, that'll be chosen for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. I'm sorry to say this, but the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be featured on Arthur's School of Hard Knocks will be the Season 1 episodes, The Dragon Trash, Bully for You, and The Great White Cloud Whale. Now, I know for a fact that both Movie and Game Lover 98 and Soundcheck hate the episode Bully for You. They both hate the episode with a burning passion. Excuse me. I know Movie and Game Lover 98 and Soundcheck both hate Bully for You with a burning passion. But it only makes sense because the episode takes place at school. Plus, we already had DVD releases that contained of Arthur's Teacher Trouble and Arthur's Best School Days that contained a Cool School and Max's Comic Adventure for Arthur's Best School Days, and the Jumping Bean Express and Get Off My Cloud for Arthur's Teacher Trouble. So it only makes sense to include Bully for You and The Great White Cloud Whale here for Arthur's School of Hard Knocks. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's School of Hard Knocks will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen with the Tolling Bells DVD music, previews for the Berenstain Bears 2003 series, the Swan Princess Collection, and the 2002 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer. Then the FBI warning, red warning intention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur versus the Very Mean Crossing Guard. Now the closing will feature, for the first half, will feature the last few seconds of the episode DW All Fired Up, the end credits from Season 3, the funding credits with the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, then the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, and the post-alphabets 26 little letters that spell the names and tell the world who we are ad. Then the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8 used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales, then the Arthur Step into Reading bumper. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the Dragon Trash Bully for You. And the closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of The Great White Cloud Whale, Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof and blue house. Columbia TriStar Television logo. And then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003. Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and PBS Kids Dot ident from 1999, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then the DVD menu. Next up, Arthur's New Puppy, released August 3rd, 2004. That's also the same day Columbia TriStar will release it. And the Columbia TriStar release will feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 1 episodes, Arthur's New Puppy and Buster's Dino Dilemma, and the Season 4 episode, Binky Barnes Wingman. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be chosen for the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's New Puppy, it'll be the Season 1 episodes, Wheezy's Last Laugh, and Frog Prince. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's New Puppy will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the Tolling Bells DVD music in widescreen. The same previews for the Berenstain Bears 2003 series, the Swan Princess collection, and the Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer from 2002. The FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur's New Puppy. Closing for the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode Binky Barnes Wingman, the online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, end credits from Season 4, the funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and then the post-alphabets spell the names and tell the world who we are ad, even though Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored in the back cover. Then the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8, used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns, with the grassy green checkered grid background. The 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot, and then the Dragon Tales portion will begin with the Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the start of the episode, and the title sequence in the start of the episode, Wheezy's Last Laugh. Then after that, the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD release of Arthur's New Puppy will close with the last few seconds of the episode Frog Prince. And in the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar Television logo, the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center advertisement. No, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate. I'm going to start the closing over one more time. Closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's New Puppy will have the last few seconds of the episode Frog Prince, Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits, Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen, then the DVD menu. Next up is Arthur's First Sleepover, which is released August 3rd, 2004. This will also be the same day Columbia TriStar will release it on DVD. Featuring the same Arthur episodes from the Sony Wonder release, such as the Season 1 episodes Arthur's First Sleepover and Arthur's Lost Dog, which Husky Dog 88 does not like the episode, and Water in the Brain from Season 2. The Season 2 episode, Water in the Brain. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes, for Arthur's First Sleepover, for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's First Sleepover, the Dragon Tales episodes will be featured. The Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's First Sleepover will feature the Dragon Tales episodes, which are the Season 1 episodes, The Giant of Nod, and The Big Sleepover. Now, I know I'm not crazy about the episode The Giant of Nod, but it makes sense to be included on here because the Giant of Nod is trying to get to sleep, and The Big Sleepover, Cassie has a sleepover at Zack and Wheezy's house, or Zack and Wheezy's cave. So it makes sense for those episodes to be included for Arthur's First Sleepover, for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's First Sleepover, that is. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's First Sleepover will have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen. Now, this will be one of the last releases to have the Tolling Bells DVD music in the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo. Then after that, it'll feature the same previews for the Berenstain Bears 2003 series, the Swan Princess Collection, and the 2002 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer. Then the FBI warning, red warning intention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking, and the start of Arthur's First Sleepover. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's First Sleepover will have the last few seconds of Water in the Brain, online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 2 with the abridged Sonar logo and WGBH logo with the word Boston. Then the Arthur funding credits, then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and then the Arthur funding credit screen appears a second time. Then, this time, after the Arthur funding credit screen appears a second time, it shows which will also be intact for the Columbia TriStar release. The funding credit screen will be shown twice for the Columbia TriStar release as well. Except after it appears the second time, it has the Teddy Graham Snacks ad and the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad. Then the Season 7 through 8 funding of Arthur used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. And the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident from 2000, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then after that, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode The Giant of Nod. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's First Sleepover will have the last few seconds of the episode The Big Sleepover, Dragon Tales Season 1 online bumper, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop green roof and blue house logo fully animated, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, Season 1 funding, and I found out that the episodes The Giant of Nod and The Big Sleepover were another pair of Dragon Tales episodes that ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. So yes, on the DVD of Arthur's First Sleepover, after the Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad, it'll have the Season 1 funding, then the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. Then we'll go to the DVD menu. And Harper's First Sleepover is also the last release to feature Cool Chuck on the back cover in the Chuck E. Cheese's logo. Alright. Next up, we'll go into Harper's Music Medley, released on October 5th, 2004, which Columbia TriStar will also put it out on the same day. And the Columbia TriStar release of Harper's Music Medley will basically feature the same episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 6 episodes, Arthur Plays the Blues and Brother Can You Spare Clarinet. Both of those episodes are redubbed with Mark Rendall voicing Arthur in those episodes on this DVD. And the Season 4 episode, To Beat or Not to Beat. Now, this is the first release to have the cookie jar logo on the back cover, even though it would not be until June 2005 when the cookie jar logo would be shown after the Arthur credits. And also the first release to feature Avenger Chuck in the Chuck E. Cheese's logo on the back cover. However, Arthur DVD releases continued to feature Cool Chuck in the Chuck E. Cheese's advertisements on Arthur DVDs until 2006. And now the DVD of Arthur's Music Medley, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Music Medley, will feature the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen, but this will be the first release that does not feature the tolling bells in the DVD music in the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo. So it has the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo from 2001 with the DVD music without the tolling bells for the first time for Arthur's Music Medley. Then in 2004, Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer, which is basically the same as the 2002 version, except the Bear in the Big Blue House is replaced with Dragon, with the Berenstain Bears. But everything else remains the same. After the 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer for the Columbia TriStar version of Arthur's Music Medley, it'll have the Swan Princess Collection trailer, the FBI warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking. Then after that, it'll feature start of the episode, Arthur Plays the Blues, and the closings of the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode, To Beat or Not to Beat, the Arthur end credits from Season 6 with the Techno remix, then the funding credits, then the Chuck E. Cheese's Exercises ad from 2002, which makes a surprise appearance, even though it's a 2004 release from October. Then the Libby's Juicy Juice ad. Then the Post-Alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, even though Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover. Then the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with the Concord Grape Jelly purple checkerboard background. And then the PBS Kids Dash Transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will begin with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the title sequence. And the Dragon Tales episodes that will be featured for Arthur's Music Medley will, of course, be the Season 1 episodes Bad Share Day and Whole Lot of Maracas going on. So yes, after the Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad for the Dragon Tales portion, it'll show the Season 1 funding, then the title sequence, and the start of the episode Bad Share Day. Now, the closing to the second half of the DVD of Arthur's Music Medley, Columbia TriStar release that is, will feature the last few seconds of the episode Whole Lot of Maracas Going On, the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, the Sesame Workshop logo, fully animated with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. And the DVD menu. Next up is Arthur's Terrible Teasers, which will also be released on October 5th, 2004 by Columbia TriStar, in addition to the Sony Wonder release being released on the same day. Now, the Columbia TriStar release will feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 2 episode, Arthur's Underwear, the Season 6 episode, Citizen Frensky, which is redubbed, which has Mark Rendall voicing Arthur on this DVD, and the Season 1 episode, Stolen Bike. So, yeah, Arthur's Underwear is from Season 2, and Citizen Frensky is from Season 6, Stolen Bike's from Season 1. Got it. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be on Arthur's Terrible Teasers, it'll be the Season 2 episodes, Teasing is Not Pleasing, and Teamwork. And the Columbia TriStar DVD of Arthur's Terrible Teasers will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen with the DVD music without the tolling bells. Then the 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer and the Swan Princess Collection trailers. FBI warning, red warning intention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur's Underwear. Now, the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Terrible Teasers will have the last few seconds of the episode Stolen Bike and credits from Season 2 with the abridged Sonar logo and a WGBH logo with the word Boston. Then after that, it'll feature the funding credits, then the Teddy Grand Snacks ad, even though Post Alphabet is incorrectly sponsored on the screen. Then the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad and the Libby's Juicy Juice ad. Then the Arthur funding credits from Seasons 7 through 8, used on Seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. PBS Kids Dash Transformation Ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then we'll go to the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops Cereal Jungle ad, the Season 2 funding, and then the Dragon Tales title sequence, and the start of the episode Teasing is Not Pleasing. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Terrible Teasers, we'll have the last 2 seconds of the episode Teamwork, the Season 2 online bumper for Dragon Tales, end credits, and then the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the purple roof and greenhouse, then the Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and the PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. All right. Next up is Arthur's Chicken Pox, released on October 5th, 2004 on DVD. That's also the same day Columbia TriStar will release this. And the same Arthur episodes on the Sony Wonder release will also be featured on the Columbia TriStar release, which are the Season 1 episodes Arthur's Chicken Pox and Arthur and the True Francine, and the Season 3 episode Double Tibble Trouble. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be chosen for Arthur's Chicken Pox, it'll be the Season 1 episodes Not Separated at Birth and A Kite for Quetzal. And the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Chicken Pox will have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen without the tolling bells in the DVD music. So yeah, basically it'll feature the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen with the DVD music without tolling bells. Then the 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer. And the Swan Princess Collection trailer, then the FBI warning, red warning intention screens, title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking and the start of the episode Arthur's Chicken Pox, and the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Chicken Pox was the last few seconds of the episode Double Tibble Trouble, the end credits from Season 1, which is the second version with the abridged Sonar logo and the WGBH logo with the word Boston. Funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, Libby's Juicy Juice ad, and then post-alphabets Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings ad, even though Teddy Grahams is mistakenly sponsored on the back cover. Then the season 7 through 8 funding of Arthur, used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the Velveeta cheesy yellow pizza triangle background. Then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start on the Columbia TriStar release, with the Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, the season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode Not Separated at Birth. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Chicken Pox will feature the last few seconds of the episode A Kite for Quetzal, season 1 online bumper, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop logo, fully animated with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003, the season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then a DVD menu. All right. Now we get into DW's Blanky, released October 5th, 2004. This will also be the same day Columbia TriStar will release this on DVD. And the Arthur episodes will basically be the same as the Sony Wonder release. And they will be the season 1 episodes, DW's Blanky and the Perfect Brother, and the season 2 episode, Go to Your Room, DW. A pretty bad Arthur episode, in my opinion. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes for DW's Blanky, they will be the season 1 episodes, Up, Up, and Away, and A Wild Time. This is one of the last releases to feature Juicy Juice and Post Alphabets sponsored on the back cover. Arthur's Chicken Pox is the last one to have Teddy Grahams sponsored on the back cover in addition to Juicy Juice. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of DW's Blanky will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen with the DVD music without tolling bells, the 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer, the Swan Princess Collection trailer, and then the FBI warning. This will be the last release to feature the original Columbia TriStar FBI warning used for DVD releases. Then the red warning and attention screen. Then after that, it'll feature the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises and the start of the episode DW's Blanky, and the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of DW's Blanky. That will feature the last few seconds of the episode Go to Your Room, DW, and credits from season 1, which is the second version with the abridged Sonar logo and the WGBH logo with the word Boston. The funding credits, Teddy Grand Snacks ad, even though Post Alphabets is incorrectly sponsored on the back cover. Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, then Libby's Juicy Juice ad. Then the art for funding credits from seasons 7 through 8 used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad. Then the season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode. Up, Up, and Away. And the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of DW's Blanky will feature the last few seconds of the episode A Wild Time, the season 1 online bumper, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop Green Root Blue House logo fully animated, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad from 2003, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen, then the DVD menu. Now we get to the 2005 releases. And while I show those, here's our first Money Matters. The release date is February 1st, 2005. Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment will also release Harper's Money Matters on the same day as the Sony Wonder release. And Columbia TriStar actually released this DVD of The Wind in the Willows on the same day Harper's Money Matters was released. And The Wind in the Willows had the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the back cover and on the disc art. And this DVD of Harper's Money Matters, the Columbia TriStar DVD release of Harper's Money Matters, along with The Big Riddle, Harper's Tooth, and Harper's Treasure Hunt, they all will also have the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the back cover and on the disc art as well, just like with The Wind in the Willows. Now, the art for episodes will basically be the same as the Sony Wonder Edition for the Columbia TriStar release, which are the Season 1 episode, Arthur Bounces Back, the Season 3 episode, DW Tricks the Tooth Fairy, and the Season 6 episode, More, which is redubbed with Mark Rendall voicing Arthur for this release. Here's a disc for Arthur's Money Matters. Now, February 1st, 2005. That's also 20 days before Season 3 of Dragon Tales premiered. However, because this is a February 1st, 2005 release, this would obviously only feature episodes of Dragon Tales without Enrique at this point. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that are shown on Arthur's Money Matters, it'll be the Season 2 episodes, One Big Wish and Breaking Up His Heart to Do, which actually makes sense for this DVD of Arthur's Money Matters because Max drops a quarter in the pond and makes a wish. And a quarter is a coin that is used to make money. Now, the Columbia TriStar releases of Arthur's Money Matters, along with Arthur's Tooth, Arthur's Treasure Hunt, and The Big Riddle. These four will be the last releases to feature the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the packaging, the back cover, the disc art, and it will also be the last release to feature the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment And they will also be the last releases to feature the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo at the beginning. So, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Money Matters will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, with the logo in widescreen, of course, with the DVD music without the tolling bells, then the Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer from 2004, then the FBI anti-piracy warning screen. These Arthur releases, this release of Arthur's Money Matters will be the very first to use the new FBI anti-piracy warning. Then the red warning and attention screen, which is shown in widescreen this time. Then the title sequence with the glass breaking noises and the start of the episode, Arthur Bounces Back. Closing will feature the last few seconds of the episode more, the online local library promo from 2001 to 2003, the end credits from season 6 with the techno remix, then the funding credits with the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, then the season 6 funding of Arthur with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background, with Dot's circular PBS Kids logo for the public broadcasting service announcement, even though it's a 2005 DVD release. Then the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot, even though it's also a 2005 release. Then the Dragon Tales portion will begin with the Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, the season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and the title sequence in the start of the episode, One Big Wish. And the closing to the Dragon Tales portion, or closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Money Matters, has the last few seconds of the episode, Breaking Up is Hard to Do, the season 2 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits, and in the Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with the purple roof and greenhouse, and in the Columbia TriStar television logo, and in the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003. And in the season 2 funding for Dragon Tales, and according to what I was told, I was told that the season 2 episodes, One Big Wish and Breaking Up is Hard to Do, had the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash was thinking about something at the end. So that means that this will be the only Arthur release to feature a season 2 episode of Dragon Tales, and to have the season 2 funding be followed by the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something. So, after the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center Playdate ad, we will get the season 2 funding of Dragon Tales that is followed by the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident this time, where Dash is thinking about something. Then after the PBS Kids Dash ident, we go right to the DVD menu. Alright. Next up, The Big Riddle, released February 1st, 2005 as well, which I would imagine Columbia TriStar releasing that on the same day. And the Arthur episodes will basically be the same as the Sony Wonder release. They are the Season 5 episodes, Arthur and the Big Riddle, and It's a No-Brainer, and the Season 6 episode, Rhyme for Your Life, which is a redubbed version with Mark Rendell voicing Arthur. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be shown on The Big Riddle, they will be the Season 1 episodes Do Not Pass Gnome and Treasure Hunt. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of The Big Riddle will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen with the DVD music without the tolling bells. Then the Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer from 2004, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens. Then the title sequence with the boing sound. Then the Arthur title sequence with just the glass breaking noises. After the red warning and attention screens, it just has the Arthur title sequence with the glass breaking noises. And the start of the episode, Arthur and the Big Riddle. Now, for the closing for the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of The Big Riddle, it'll have the last few seconds of the episode Rhyme for Your Life, the online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, the end credits from Season 5, the Arthur funding credits, and then the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, and then it just goes abruptly to an abridged, cut short version of the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident that just fades in at the part with Dash in robot form. Usually, the caveman and scuba diver part would come before on all the other Arthur releases that came out before this, including Arthur's Money Matters. That also had the full-length Dash transformation ident with the caveman and scuba diver part coming before it on Arthur's Money Matters. But on The Big Riddle, it just fades in at the part with Dash in robot form. This is the only instance where this happens. And this will also be intact for the Columbia TriStar release as well. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loops cereal jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode Do Not Pass Gnome. And the closing to the second half will have the last few seconds of the episode Treasure Hunt, the Season 1 online bumper, end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, then the Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and a 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. Next up is Arthur's Tooth, released February 1st, 2005 on DVD. That will also be the same date Columbia TriStar would put it out. Now, it'll feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are the Season 1 episodes Arthur's Tooth and Sick as a Dog, and the Season 6 episode The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, with the more common redubbed version with Mark Rendell voicing Arthur. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes, I'm sorry to say this, but the Dragon Tales episodes for Arthur's Tooth will be the Season 1 episodes Miami or Bust and Light My Fire Breath, which Movie and Game Over 98 I know does not care for the episode Miami or Bust. But it makes sense for the sister episode to appear because dragons breathe fire with their mouths, and your teeth is part of your mouth. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Tooth, that will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the tolling bells. No, 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment. Alright, now the 2005 DVD of Arthur's Tooth will open. Now, the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Tooth will open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo in widescreen with the DVD music without the tolling bells. Then the Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer from 2004, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and then the start of the episode, Arthur's Tooth. The closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Tooth will have the last few seconds of the episode, The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, Season 1 online bumper. No. Closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Tooth will have the last few seconds of The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, the Arthur online and local library promo from 2001 2003. And credits. And then the Sesame Work. And then, of course, not the Sesame Workshop logo. After the end credits for Arthur from... Alright, I'm going to start this over one more time. The closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Tooth will have the last few seconds of the episode, The Secret Life of Dogs and Babies, the Arthur online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 6 with the Techno remix, Arthur funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, then the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then, after that, it has the 2002 PBS Kids Fishbowl ident, where it has Dash looking at a goldfish in a fishbowl, imagining himself as an orange goldfish, and then getting eaten by Dot, which also fades in and out and says pbskids.org, just like on Arthur, It's Only Rock and Roll. Then after that, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, the Frosted Flakes cereal Beach ad, and then it'll have the After the PBS Kids Fishbowl ident for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Tooth, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode, Miami or Bust. Now, the closing to the second half will have the last few seconds of the episode, Light My Fire Breath, the Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop green roof, blue house logo fully animated, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident where Dot runs up to the screen. Next up, Arthur's Treasure Hunt. Also released February 1st, 2005. This will be the last one to feature the Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo on the back cover and on the disc art and at the beginning. This one features the Season 3 episodes, Arthur's Treasure Hunt, The Chips Are Down, and Revenge of the Chip, which will also be on the Columbia TriStar release. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes on the Columbia TriStar release, it'll feature the Season 1 episode, Sky Pirates and Four Little Pigs. Now, the Columbia TriStar DVD version of Arthur's Treasure Hunt. This will be the last one to feature the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo. And of course, it's the widescreen version with the DVD music without the tolling bells. Then it's got the 2004 Columbia TriStar Family Fun trailer, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode Arthur's Treasure Hunt. And the closing to the first half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Treasure Hunt, we have the last few seconds of the episode Revenge of the Chip, Arthur online and local library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 3. The funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, the Season 6 funding of Arthur, the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with the Concord Grape Jelly Purple checkerboard background, and the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot, and then the Dragon Tales portion will begin with the Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence, and the start of the episode Sky Pirates. Now the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Treasure Hunt, that will have the last few seconds of the episode Four Little Pigs, the Season 1 online bumper, the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. According to a program break, Sky Pirates and Four Little Pigs had the PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. The same thing for Not Separated at Birth and A Kite for Quetzal. Now we get into You Are Arthur, released on May 10th, 2005. Now this will be the first release to feature the Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo on the spine and on the back cover and on the disc art. And the Columbia TriStar release will feature the Season 5 episodes You Are Arthur, The Election in the World Record, just like the Sony Wonder release. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes on this DVD of You Are Arthur, it will be the Season 1 episodes Pigment of Your Imagination and Zack's Song. Now, for the DVD of You Are Arthur, this will be the very first Columbia TriStar release of Arthur to use the new 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo at the beginning. It will have the regular colors with the animation in sync. Then it'll go right to the FBI anti-piracy warning, the red warning and attention screens, and then the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode You Are Arthur. And the closing to the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode The World Record, the And Now a Word From Us Kids segment, Arthur Online and Local Library promo from 2001 to 2003, and credits from Season 5, Arthur funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, Road's 60-second cinnamon rolls ad, then the Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, still with Dot circular PBS Kids logo. Then, despite being a 2005 release, then it'll have the 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg Company ad. Then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad. Then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, the title sequence, and the start of the episode Pigment of Your Imagination. And the closing will feature the last few seconds of... Closing to the second half will feature the last few seconds of the episode Zack's Song, the Season 1 online bumper, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop logo fully animated with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg Company ad, Kellogg's Fruit Loop cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. And DVD menu. Alright. Next up, Arthur Goes Crosswire, also released May 10, 2005. That will also be the same day Sony Pictures Home Entertainment will put it out on DVD. And the Arthur episodes that are on here, they are the Season 3 episodes, Arthur Goes Crosswire and Buster's Growing Grudge, and the Season 1 episode, Poor Muffy. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes for Arthur Goes Crosswire, well, I am sorry to say this, but the Dragon Tales episodes that will be shown on Arthur Goes Crosswire are the Season 2 episodes, The Dragon Trash, Big Funky Cloud, and Copycat. I know Moving Game Over 98 hates the episode Big Funky Cloud with a burning passion, but it sort of makes sense, because in the episode Buster's Growing Grudge, Buster thinks he'll stay angry forever after Binky steals his joke, whereas Ord thinks he'll stay sad forever after he lost his blanket. That's just completely different emotions for both Buster and Ord. Now, the Sony Pictures release of Arthur Goes Crosswire will open with the 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo, with the in-sync colors, and in-sync animation and regular colors, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the garbage cans clattering, and the start of the episode Arthur Goes Crosswire. And the closing to the first half will have the last few seconds of the episode Poor Muffy, online and local library promo from 2001 and 2003, and credits from Season 3. And then, of course, the funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, Rhodes 60-second cinnamon rolls ad, Season 6, Arthur funding credits from Season 6 with Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background, 2000 PBS Kids Dot transformation ident, where Dot transforms into a tiger, octopus, and astronaut. Then the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Kellogg Company ad, and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad, and the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and the start of title sequence and the start of the Dragon Trash Big Funky Cloud. And the closing to the second half, we'll have the last few seconds of the episode, Copycat, Season 2 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits, Sesame Workshop Purple Roof and Greenhouse logo, Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg's Kellogg Company ad, then the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad, Season 2 funding, and I found out that the episode Big Funky Cloud, when it was paired up with Copycat, those episodes ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. According to what Jeremy Barton told me, and according to what I saw on a program break, I believe. And according to a program break that I saw, those episodes ended with the Dot ident. But they never aired on television, but never aired on DVD in reality, but it's for the but those episodes are featured for the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur Goes Crosswire. And yes, after the Season 2 funding, after the episodes Big Funky Cloud and Copycat, for the DVD of Arthur Goes Crosswire, it does have the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. Then we'll go to the DVD menu. Alright. Almost done, folks. Here's Arthur Goes on a Field Trip. Released on May 10th, 2005 on DVD, and it was released on VHS on January 22nd, 2002. And this contains, now the Sony Pictures release of Arthur Goes on the Field Trip on both VHS and DVD will contain the Season 3 episode, Return of the King, the Season 2 episode, DW Goes to Washington, and the Season 5 episode, Sleep No More. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes on Arthur Goes on a Field Trip, they will actually be episodes that were reused previously on Arthur Celebration, and the episodes will be Dragon Drop and Cassie Loves a Parade. However, I'm going to mention what will be different about what's going to happen on Arthur Goes on a Field Trip. The 2002 VHS will also feature those episodes. Now, the 2005 DVD of Arthur Goes on the Field Trip will open with the 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo with the regular colors and in-sync animation, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, then the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of the episode, The Return of the King. And the closing to the first half will feature the last few seconds of the episode Sleep No More, the end credits, the Arthur funding credits, the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, the season 7 through 8 funding of Arthur used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns, the Arthur funding credits from season 7 through 8 used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background on the DVD, and the 2000 PBS Kids Dash transformation ident, where Dash transforms into a caveman, scuba diver, and robot. But on the VHS, from Columbia TriStar, it'll have the Kideo promo come before the funding, and it will have Juicy Juice being the first sponsor, then Post Alphabets, and then the Lego ad from Season 6, and then the Season 6 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. Now, for the VHS, the Dragon Tales portion will start with the Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, then the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the title sequence in the start of the episode, Dragon Drop, and then the closing to the Columbia TriStar VHS, it'll have the last few seconds of Cassie Loves the Parade, and the Season 1 online bumper, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop Green Roof Blue House logo fully animated, Columbia TriStar television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Beach ad from 2000, Season 1 funding, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Oh, no, wait. The closing, I mentioned the closing for credits for, I mentioned the wrong funding credits by mistake, but for the VHS, here's what it actually closes with. Last few seconds of Sleep No More. In credits, there is no Kideo promo at all. And then it has the Season 5 funding with Post Alphabets, and then Lego, and then Libby's Juicy Juice sponsors. From Season 5, that is. The Season 5 funding with the Blueberry Blue Flower Bed background is used. Then the Arthur Online Local Library promo from 2000 to 2001, and obviously the 1999 PBS Kids Dash ident, where Dash is thinking about something, before the Dragon Tales portion would start with the Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Frosted Flakes cereal Beach, Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales title sequence and the start of Dragon Drop. Now the closing for the VHS, last few seconds of Cassie Loves a Parade, Season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop Green Blue House logo fully animated, Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Beach ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. Now for the DVD will have the Dragon Tales portion start off with the Kellogg Company ad after the PBS Kids Dash transformation ident. Then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad from 2003. Then the Season 1 funding, title sequence, and the start of the episode Drag & Drop. Now the closing for the DVD, for the Columbia TriStar DVD, the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar DVD will have the last few seconds of Cassie Loves a Parade, the Season 1 online bumper, the end credits, with Sesame Workshop reference, Sesame Workshop Green Roof Blue House logo fully animated, Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg Company ad, Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen, then the DVD menu. And obviously, at the beginning, the 2002 VHS will have the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo with the VHS music. All right. All right. Next up is Arthur Makes a Movie, released May 10th, 2005 on DVD. That's also the same day Sony Pictures will release it on DVD. And on VHS, it was also released January 22nd, 2002. Now, the Columbia TriStar release and Sony Pictures DVD will feature the same episodes as the Sony Wonder releases on VHS and DVD. They are the Season 2 episode, Arthur Makes a Movie, the Season 1 episode, Francine Frensky Superstar, and another Season 2 episode, Arthur the Unfunny. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be shown, for both the 2002 VHS and 2005 DVD, they will be the Season 1 episodes, Out with the Garbage, and Lights, Camera, Dragons. Even though I do find the episodes Out with the Garbage a smashing success and Emmy's Dreamhouse as Dragon Trash episodes. And for the 2002 VHS, it'll basically open with the 2001 Columbia TriStar Home Entertainment logo, the FBI warning, the Hi-Fi Stereo logo, and then the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur Makes the Movie. Same thing for Arthur Goes on a Field Trip. Now for the DVD, it'll open with the 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo, FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, then the title sequence with the boing sound before the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur Makes a Movie. Now the closing to the first half of the 2002 VHS will basically close with the last few seconds of Arthur the Unfunny and credits from Season 2. And then, of course, the Kiddio promo. Then the funding credits with Juicy Juice, and then Post Alphabets, Make the Words That Let You Share Your Feelings, and then Lego. Then the Season 6 funding with the Velveeta Cheesy Yellow Pizza Triangle background. Then it'll go right to the Dragon Tales portion with the Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Season 1 funding, Dragon Tales title sequence, and the start of Out with the Garbage. As for the DVD, the first half of the DVD will close with the last few seconds of the episode Arthur the Unfunny, the end credits, then the KDO promo will be taken out and it will go right to the funding credits with the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad. Then the season are for funding credits from seasons 7 through 8, used on seasons 1 through 4 reruns with the grassy green checkered grid background. Then the PBS Kids Dash Transformation Ident, where Dash transforms from a caveman to a scuba diver to a robot. Then the Dragon Tales portion on the DVD will start with the Kellogg Company ad, then the Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad, then the season 1 funding, and then the title sequence and the start of the episode Out with the Garbage. Now on the VHS, the Columbia TriStar VHS will close with the last few seconds of the episode Lights, Camera, Dragons, season 1 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits Sesame Workshop logo fully animated with green roof and blue house, Columbia TriStar Television logo, Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Beach ad from 2000, season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot iNet, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. For the DVD, the closing to the second half of the DVD will feature the last few seconds of Lights, Camera, Dragons, season 1 online bumper, and credits Sesame Workshop fully animated logo with green roof, blue house, Columbia TriStar Television logo, then the Kellogg Company ad, then the Kellogg's Fruit Whipped Cereal Jungle ad, then the season 1 funding, and 1999 PBS Kids Dot iNet, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen, then the DVD menu. Alright, now we get into Arthur's Computer Adventure, with the release date of June 14th, 2005 on DVD. And it was originally released on VHS in 1999. So there are no bonus Dragon Tales episodes on the VHS versions of Arthur's Computer Adventure, or any Arthur releases from 1997 to 1999 in general. And for Arthur the Music Video, that will be the only instance where the VHS was released in 1999, but the DVD was released in 2002 using recycled mastering from the VHS. And as a result, it will be the only Columbia TriStar release of Arthur. Arthur the Music Video will be the only Columbia TriStar release of Arthur without a Dragon Tales episode at all, because it'll go right to the DVD menu after the online local library bumper for Arthur. And it'll also be the only Arthur release with the 1993 Columbia TriStar home video logo at the beginning, because the VHS was originally released in 1999 and the 2002 DVD uses recycled mastering from the 1999 VHS. Anyway, back to Arthur's Computer Adventure. The episodes will be, for the DVD, will basically be the same as the Sony Wonder DVD. The Season 1 episode, Arthur's Computer Adventure, which is actually called Arthur the Wrecker, and the Season 2 episodes, Arthur versus the Piano and Arthur's Lucky Pencil. Now, as for the Dragon Tales episodes that'll be on Arthur's Computer Adventure, it's going to be another DVD where a Dragon Tales episode is reused from a previous release. And on Arthur's Computer Adventure, it'll reuse the Season 1 episodes, A Picture's Worth 1,000 Words, and The Talent Pool, which was originally from Arthur Goes to Hollywood Columbia TriStar releases. But there will be significant changes into what comes before and after the Dragon Tales portion ends for Arthur's Computer Adventure DVD. Anyway, now for the 2005 DVD of Arthur's Computer Adventure, the Sony Pictures release, it'll open with the 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo, Then the FBI anti-piracy warning, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the glass breaking noises, and the start of Arthur's computer adventure, or Arthur the Wrecker. And the closing would feature, for the first half, would feature the last few seconds of Arthur's Lucky Pencil, the end credits from Season 2 with 2004 copyright and cookie jar logo zooming into the screen, which would normally be used for Season 9. Plus, the WGBH logo does not have the word Boston. Then it'll have the Arthur funding credits with the let's see. After the end credits, it'll go right to the funding credits with the Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad and the Road 60-second cinnamon rolls ad. And then it'll go right to the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg Company ad and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Community Center Playdate ad, the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence in the start of the episode, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Unlike the Arthur Goes to Hollywood, which had the Rice Krispies Bird's Nest ad before the Season 1 funding. Now for the closing to the second half of the DVD of Arthur's Computer Adventure, Columbia TriStar release, it'll have the last few seconds of the episode, the talent pool. Alright. Closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release of Arthur's Computer Adventure, or Sony Pictures release, well, the last few seconds of the episode, the talent pool, the Season 1 online bumper, and then the end credits with Sesame Workshop reference, unlike the release of Arthur Goes to Hollywood, which had the original CTW reference. Then the 1990... And then, unlike Arthur Goes to Hollywood, which had the 1997 Children's Television Workshop semicircle logo with the word Play It Smart intact, Arthur's Computer Adventure DVD replaces it with the fully animated Sesame Workshop logo with the green roof and blue house. Then the Columbia TriStar Television logo. And then the Kellogg Company ad appears again for Arthur's Computer Adventure before we go to the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad. While Arthur Goes to Hollywood had the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes School ad after the Columbia TriStar Television logo. But then, after that, Arthur's Computer Adventure would have the Season 1 funding of Dragon Tales and the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the screen. Then we go to the DVD menu. Now, Arthur's Computer Adventure, this will be the last release to feature a Season 1 episode of Dragon Tales with cell animation. Alright. Here's DW Rides Again, released June 14, 2005. This will also be the same day Sony Pictures releases it on DVD. This will have the same episodes as the Sony Wonder DVD release, which are the Season 1 episodes DW Rides Again, Arthur's Cousin Catastrophe, and DW Flips. As for the Dragon Tales episodes on DW Rides Again will actually be the very first to contain Season 3 episodes of Dragon Tales that feature Enrique. And the Season 3 episodes of Dragon Tales that will be included for the Sony Pictures release of DW Rides Again will be the Season 3 episodes, Sky Soccer, and Making It Fun. Now, The Sony Pictures release of DW Rides Again, that will open with the 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo, with regular colors and in-sync animation, just like with Arthur's Computer Adventure. And then the FBI anti-piracy warning, and the red warning and attention screens, the title sequence with the water splashing noises, and the start of the episode DW Rides Again. And the closing to the first half of the Sony Pictures release of DW Rides Again will have the last few seconds of the episode DW Flips. The end credits from Season 1 with the 2004 copyright and the Cookie Jar logo zooming into the screen without the word Boston in the WGBH logo. With the 2004 copyright that would normally be shown on Season 9. Then the funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, Road 60-second cinnamon rolls ad, and then it'll go right to the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg Company ad and the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes Playdate ad, and then the Season 3 funding of Dragon Tales, where the logos are centered on the screen, and the announcer says, "This program was funded in part by a Ready to Learn, No Child Left Behind grant from the U.S. Department of Education through the Public Broadcasting Service, and by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you." Then we'll go to the Dragon Tales title sequence and the start of the episode Sky Soccer. Now, the closing to the second half of the Columbia TriStar release, or Sony Pictures release of DW Rides Again, with the last few seconds of Making It Fun, online, and the Season 3 online bumper for Dragon Tales, which has Wheezy saying the text instead of Ord. But the text is still colored red, just like with the Season 2 website bumper. The only difference is it's Ord for the Season 2 website bumper, but it's Wheezy for the Season 3 website bumper. That's what's different, is Wheezy's voiceover being used. Then the end credits, then the Sesame Workshop purple roof and greenhouse logo, and then the 2002 Sony Pictures television logo. Then the Kellogg Company ad, and the Kellogg's Fruit Loop Cereal Jungle ad, the Season 3 funding of Dragon Tales, and then the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. According to a program break that I saw, the episode Sky Soccer and Making It Fun ended with the 1999 PBS Kids Dot ident at the end. And only one more to talk about here. Arthur Gets Lost, released June 14, 2005, as Sony Wonder. That's also the same day Sony Pictures Home Entertainment will put it out. And it'll feature the same Arthur episodes as the Sony Wonder release, which are Arthur Gets Lost, Arthur from Season 2, the Season 2 episode Arthur Gets Lost, and the Season 1 episodes Arthur Cleans Up and DW Gets Lost. And as for the Dragon Tales episodes that are shown, for Arthur Gets Lost, it'll be the Season 2 episodes Nuck Nuck Who's Where and Just Desserts. Now, the DVD of Arthur Gets Lost, the Sony Pictures release of Arthur Gets Lost, will open with the 2005 Sony Pictures Home Entertainment logo. Then with the in-sync colors, in-sync animation, and regular colors. FBI anti-piracy warning screen, red warning and attention screens, title sequence with the garbage cans clattering, and the start of Arthur Gets Lost, or also known as Lost. And the closing to the first half of the Sony Pictures release of Arthur Gets Lost, while the last few seconds of the episode DW Gets Lost. The end credits from Season 1, with the 2004 copyright date normally used for Season 9 episodes, the cookie jar logo zooming into the screen, and WGBH logo does not have the word Boston. Then the R for Funding credits, Chuck E. Cheese's opening door ad, then the Road 60-second cinnamon rolls ad, then we'll go right to the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg Company ad, then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Beach, or Kellogg's Frosted Flakes. Then we go to the Dragon Tales portion with the Kellogg's Company ad, and then the Kellogg's Frosted Flakes cereal Playdate ad. Then the Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, title sequence in the start of the episode, Nuck Nuck Who's Where. Now the closing for the second half, that will feature the last few seconds of the episode. Just Desserts, the Season 2 online bumper for Dragon Tales, and credits, Sesame Workshop purple roof and green house logo, then the Columbia TriStar television logo, and then the Kellogg Company ad, Kellogg's Fruit Loops cereal Jungle ad, Season 2 funding of Dragon Tales, and 1999 PBS Kids .inet, where Dot runs up to the front of the screen. Then the DVD menu. Oh boy. Figured I'd give you an update on this because I got the DVDs of Arthur's Double Dare and Arthur's Celebration months ago, and that's it, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it.